I'm all washed out again.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm all washed out.
It's because you touch yourself.
It is.
Oh, that's a notification. From YouTube.
Something here that you might want to look at.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. I
Front page, like right here.
did not actually get a copy.
Yeah, it's probably do that, but it's a little late now, isn't it? Probably should have done that. Is what I mean.
It's amazing. Are we on the line? We're on the line, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are on.
Nice. Well, hello, Internet.
Will. And hello to you.
I'm not speaking differently at all.
You may notice
I don't know. Apparently, when I get fancy, I become Bullwinkle.
you become some Rocky. I don't know.
Some Rocky.
Anyway,
No,
Internet.
that's me doing a Bullwinkle imitation. That's Buster Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yes, sorry. I got confused
Yes,
for a moment.
that was, yeah.
Anyway, Internet, you may notice that we are more handsome than usual and also
More desirable.
more desirable.
Oh, infinitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, I desire me so
And that's
much.
because this particular piece of gray paper, which you may not recognize, this is called a newspaper.
That's
is.
a tabloid.
Yeah, it's a rag.
Yeah. Anyway,
Tabloid used to mean a bad thing. It's just the size of the paper.
Yep.
yeah, anyway, we're in it. We're in the newspaper. Look at it.
Yeah.
Not just any newspaper.
We're in the Wall Street fucking Journal,
Wall
which
Street
is amazing.
fucking Journal.
The Wall fucking Street Journal? I don't know.
Thank you for putting that up.
Fucking Wall Street Journal.
Thank you for holding that up. I was able to fix your gray balance.
Oh, perfect. Great balance.
Oh, I'm glad you gray balanced him.
Yeah.
He was.
There you
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, he's bursting. Oh, he's on the sun. He's in the hole in
Oh, not
Fortress
that-
2.
Not that bad. Not that bad. That's anyway. Yeah, we got mentioned in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, we
and,
did.
It's in print and online. It's kind of nice that we accidentally postponed this episode to today so that we could celebrate our print victory live.
Yeah.
As we knew about it going online yesterday at some point.
Yes, around 1:30 p.m.
It was very bizarre. I was buzzing the whole day. So
It was neat. It's a neat thing.
I'm beside myself. I texted a whole bunch of people like, "Hey, you don't know that I do this because I never talk about the
I'm embarrassed
podcast.
by it. However,
I don't talk about this with people that I know, but
the thing I've never told you about,
yeah,
it's in the Wall Street Journal.
Sorry.
You all right over there?
you can.
I'm hooked on the 4-track.
Oh no, you're hooked on the fortress.
Ooga chaka.
I'm hooked on the 4-track.
I'm high on the door track. I don't know. I'm just
We hit
workshopping
the
it.
fan and the light's gonna explode like the natural and
Don't worry, I got this. I know how this works. So yeah, we got a bottle of the cheapest champagne we could find.
we're not made of money like the Wall Street Journal is.
Right. Or like the other podcast mentioned in that story.
Right. The ones who actually got actual clout from it.
Right. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to pop a little bubbly. It actually says champagne. I didn't know Corbel was allowed to be called champagne. Here we go.
Ooh.
You're a brave man.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, I wasn't worried about the cork going anywhere. I just probably would have done that over all the equipment.
Oh, no, I'm good. I know how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fizz.
All right, seriously, I've got to get a new mic stand. It was
You
totally
didn't order
fine.
one?
No, it was like...
Harlow, listen to me.
I know, shush.
Order a goddamn mic stand.
Yeah.
It was totally
look,
fine last week.
We're in the journal. Order yourself a fucking mic
It
stand, my
was
dude.
totally normal last week. We came in here to do an extra on the weekend, and then it got all floppy.
Listen,
again.
my friend. We have arrived.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Mic stands for all. And now a bit of the bubbly.
After you bitches is enjoying my sparkling wine.
And we'll leave this one over here for Mackie.
Pour one out. Just on his chair.
There you go. I just poured a small snooter full.
Got a bouquet. Y'all heard about that bouquet?
Wow. Just,
Throwback to a joke that nobody else knows.
it's just out there to confuse the world now. They're like, what?
Maybe he's listening.
Oh,
Somewhere.
I'm sure.
I've forgotten his name. I feel bad about
Bam.
that.
Bam.
That's right. Thank you. Bam.
Yeah, I mean his like skeet. It's a present tense verb. Bam.
Right.
Right. Just like that.
Yeah, it's sting.
And Sting. We haven't even had any yet.
Anyway,
That smells.
cheers, fellas.
Stings the nostrils.
Sorry, I forgot we were supposed to clink first.
Whatever.
Hogan.
Oh yeah, that smells like cheap champagne.
Uh-huh. Oh, but it is delightful.
It's effervescent.
Hello, headaches, my old
It
friend.
smells like pure gasoline.
It's not that bad. Holy shit. What kind of gas are you putting in your car?
It's not champagne. It's gasoline. Oh, it actually is made in metho champagne. Wow, which is
Metho champagne.
Well, it's got the meth in it.
Methocarbonol.
method champenois. Metho champenois.
Greetings, everyone in the chat. Hello to you. You can say you knew us when.
Yeah.
I can't even say that.
Offer expires tomorrow
Right. Yes.
at midnight. Or today at midnight.
Yeah. Super fancy now. Drinking champagne. Yeah.
Actually, does midnight belong to the previous? Is it the last minute of the previous day, or is it the first minute of the next day?
Midnight belongs to me, motherfucker. No. Midnight belongs to the next day.
It does.
Yes.
So it starts. It does. I was wondering if it was like the year thing. Like, are we gonna have that argument, the century
No.
versus?
Because technically the clock is 000000.
Right.
Okay.
Once it rolls over 11:59, 59, 59.
Yeah, repeating, of course.
Oh, of course.
That belongs to the previous day.
I
It's
love
like-
that we just started referencing fucking Leroy Jenkins all of a sudden again here.
Every
like,
week we've
fucking- like
thrown out a
10
Leroy.
Well, it's just be like 10 years later. It's
I
just
know.
like all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, it's back in our heads. Repeating, of course.
It is a sham, and the pain will be my headache tomorrow.
This podcast older than
Some champagne from the man with the bandana.
Are we older than Leroy Jenkins?
I think so.
Who?
Can't
I'm
be.
definitely a lot older.
No, I meant the podcast.
It's about the only thing that I'm not older than is Star Wars, and that's by a month or so.
2005.
Oh,
Leroy Jenkins.
okay. Well, fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that, like, I think at one of Tommy's parties. I
Shiny
think that
lights.
was probably the first time I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, World of Warcraft was, what, like 2005? Isn't that about when it started? Give or take? I feel like.
World of Warcraft? No, it started way before that.
Did
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm already on Wikipedia. Let me.
Might as well click away.
I thought it was 2005 era when it started.
North America, 2004. Leroy Jenkins was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that
They
was
were-
that was really early on because that was like Vanilla WoW.
My nickname
Vanilla
in college.
Wow.
I just mean like the whole run was like the thing they were doing was like the big end boss fight thing for what was available at the launch, basically.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Blackrock Spire.
Baby BMFcast is here. Come here, BMFcast.
BMFcast Jr. BMFcast Jr. Oh, you're famous now.
Come have some champagne with us.
You want a little taste, kitty cat? You have some champagne
A little drinky poo.
Oh no, she does not like that. She does not like that at all. Like, oh no, it's gasoline, run.
Here's the blood of my ancestors.
Plants?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
Yes, Chuck has had a sip
I've had a sip
and has declared himself drunk.
of an alcohol, and now I'm fucking wasted.
I think Chuck
like
just
this-
uses this as a license to be giggly and weird.
Yeah.
He's not drunk at all. He's just like, aha, I can let my true colors show,
That's right.
and they won't think I'm weird.
Just take my pants off. It's the best time ever.
Probably shouldn't
So-
take your pants off.
I like that your default reaction is to go to like the Two Kings where they like. I mean, that's like your legit laugh when you start drinking.
It is. I can't help that.
Also, I feel like that was a pretty accurate version of that laugh. I'd never practiced.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Whoa. What's the manufacture date on that?
Yesterday.
That's good. I'll have some of that.
It means it's fresh.
I like my champagne to be fresh. So fresh and so clean.
It could spoil.
Well, it's because they put the cocaine in that kind, so as soon as you open it, it starts going bad.
That's
Ah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we have a. I don't think we get a vintage on Corbel. It's just like as fast as they can roll it off the assembly line.
Sure.
Out of the champagne taps.
Just dip the bottle in a barrel.
Although, like I said, méthode champenois,
You did.
Yeah.
which means it. I
Salud.
believe that means it's bottle fermented. So,
Oh. So
you know,
you
it's
can
probably like 6 months.
get drunk off the bottle.
The bottle's fermented.
Yeah. Like what proof?
Tis fermented within the bottle.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was going to have to lick the bottle
Yeah.
live on this podcast.
That's how I know you're faking it, because you have to eat the bottle to get the buzz.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
No, you're not going to get buzz.
Not yet. I got to finish this glass first.
There's no
I'm
alcohol.
gonna finish this glass first. Just leave me alone. Yeah, if this is somebody's first exposure to the BMFcast, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
This will be BMFcast's first exposure once I finish a few of these glasses and take my pants off.
Yep. It's going to happen. Stay tuned, everybody. No pants.
Film at 11.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about 11 o'clock.
Actually, yeah. No.
You're probably right. It's the right movie. I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Worldwide pants. Did you post about this in places, Chuck? You're too busy getting fucked up.
I was
Fucking alcoholic.
busy
Yeah.
getting...
I'll get this on the Discord.
You're just busy getting your swerve on.
I did tweet it. I tweeted
Okay.
it.
Everybody in this bitch getting tips.
Forgot to retweet. Twitter. Retweet. There we go. Yeah.
All right.
Well done, Chuck. You're firing on all cylinders. By all, I
Thanks.
mean a couple.
Right. That's all I got. Two
Yeah.
cylinders.
They call you old two-stroke.
They. Who told you that? Not cool. Not cool at all.
Hey, Twitter, come on.
Hey, Twitter.
Update. How are we already 5 tweets down in my timeline?
You just go directly to BMFcast.
Yeah, don't even look at the timeline.
Go direct to BMFcast.
Yes.
I got.
It's
good.
I did.
It's good now.
Okay.
Wow, you're all washed out again.
Oh no.
Fuck.
You should also, when you buy mic
Yes,
stand,
buy fucking camera.
buy fucking camera
Buy fucking cameras.
and things. Just get them. Just get them.
Just get him.
Because then you'll have them. We can plug them in.
Oh, look who's empty.
Uh-huh. Got a little more?
It's not champagne. It's borderline alcoholism.
What's happening? I don't know. Are we doing a?
We're
show?
drinking.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm doing a bit, man.
Oh, okay.
Doing a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Mackie, it's not really like champagne.
Yeah.
It's Corbel.
Yeah, don't get
So-
excited. It's barely. I'm barely drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck's had like 2.5 ounces
That's
of
it,
champagne.
really.
So
Yes.
Good show, everybody.
Corbel Dallas multipass.
you all right? You checking to make sure you still have a pulse?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's negative.
Congratulations. Do we finish the show and then wheel you out, or
Oh, that's never stopped me before.
okay?
Yeah.
Don't forget to take your old man pills or whatever you normally do. Is that what you did? You grabbed your old man pills?
I went and got a tissue.
Oh.
Because of my sinuses.
Ooh.
I always like these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel
Despite
like,
all your rage, you still like playing with a cage?
well, yes. I just like
They're fun.
I just feel like it's more intricate than it needs to be. Like I don't feel like there just needs to be like the little woofy bits and stuff. Oh, did you break yours too? Good job.
No, mine just came off the table.
I love it. Chuck has had like 1 milliliter of alcohol.
Shh.
And he's just breaking the thing. Would you like assistance?
This guy's screwed in. Shut up. It's the wrong way.
Yeah, it is.
Righty-tighty.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember reading or seeing something about why it's.
Why it's intricate?
Yeah.
Does it like give you more holding power or
Something like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
More holding power.
Well, you gotta keep the power of the cork in.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit's ready to explode.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's the power of gasoline behind it.
Man. I should
Yeah.
give me one of those.
That's 92 octane champagne right there. Woo, it's good stuff. Premium.
Man.
It's not premium.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
it tastes like
in
chemicals.
terms of gasoline.
It's renewable energy is what it is.
I mean, it's real low on the champagne scale, but real high on the gasoline scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. It might even be that like 98 shit they use for like NASCARs and stuff. Like,
The good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff.
People should drink this more.
Should they?
Yep. Like at dinner and stuff.
Hmm.
It's good. How much is a bottle of the fancy Corbel?
15.
Yeah, we should do this at dinner. Just like Subway and Corbel.
Oh, good. We just made Chuck an alcoholic. Fine. This is great.
Look, I don't know.
This is
I don't know what to
fantastic.
tell you.
He's just like, this is great. We should do this a lot more.
Look,
like,
man,
all the time.
I just
like, this is effervescent. Like, I could have this at lunch.
Is this your. Wait, how. Have you had champagne before?
sure.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Yes, you are.
I've had champagne.
Have
I've
you?
had it recently.
I was going to say, you're married. I mean, did you not have champagne?
I had champagne at several weddings,
Okay, I was
maybe
gonna say.
even my own. But I had it recently at some occasion, and it was delightful then,
Yes.
and it's delightful now. And that's why I'm saying that people should have it more often. It should be affordable and accessible.
It is. It's affordable, but it sucks when it's affordable.
Well, I don't know. I think this
It
is
doesn't
cool.
suck. This is.
I mean, you can get by with a lot better, cheaper wine than you can cheap champagne.
Yeah, but this is sparkly.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, cheap wine, there's some pretty good shit.
Yeah. I think for $15 you get a better bottle of
wine,
wine
yeah,
than
yeah.
you do champagne. Actually, there's one I like better that's kind of in this affordable range. It's called Fresnet.
Fresnet.
It's it's Spanish. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but yeah, it's Fresnet
Oh,
to me.
all right.
I don't think it's Frexinit. Frexinit, bruv. Who was that?
Right? What was that?
Somebody
that was
plinked.
that was a Discord
It
notification.
was.
It's not me.
My shit's muted.
Is that you?
Oh, my phone is muted.
Yeah, I'm muted as well. That's weird.
Caller, turn down your Discord.
It's too. Everybody in the chat, turn down your Discord
I mean-
notifications.
I don't even have it running on this computer on purpose.
Weird. Weird.
I don't know what to say about that.
What?
Yeah, we did used to drink some bourbon in the studio. I think we.
Oh, starting around 2016, yeah, we were drinking a lot. There were many Baja Blasts and vodkas.
Bajablists.
I remember those days, man. Those
We had fun.
we
had
did.
Good times.
We had fun here.
What are you doing?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
we
realize
had
we were merely in the prison at that point. We weren't stuck in the hole like we are now.
Right.
Yeah.
We're doing a little bit better now in 2021.
Clawing our way out.
Well, I'm in terms of accessibility to other human contact and
Clawing our way
right,
out.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We ate
the,
out.
the ability to freely roam about the cabin and all that.
Right.
You know.
We roamed.
We tried to eat out, sort of.
Yeah.
We went to a shopping mall.
We did, and it was. Well, we tried to go to an ale house, and it was packed. There were literally no parking spaces available.
I think they were having a sale house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, you know that fine establishment.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're classy. We
Yeah,
wanted to
we
celebrate.
we are classy. Yeah, we are classy people.
We've told
Just
many,
like we're celebrating with Corbel, the champagne of
Champagne.
champagnes, the champagne of ethanols.
Yeah, it's the Corbella champagnes.
It's
Right.
like sea breeze.
But the Buffalo Wild Wings, the Bedubs, was also
Busy.
fucking packed out. Like there were people waiting for tables at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Veterans Day.
Why do people call it BW3s?
I don't know, man.
I've never understood that. It's
I was
like,
about to
it's
call
twos.
it BW3.
Well, then people say B-dubs, and I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. Like,
That's why I said Bedubs.
Yeah. But I mean, like, people say BW3s, and I'm like, they're
I think
Wild
they brand
Wings.
themselves as BW3s.
But it's Wild Wings.
I know,
Like,
it's
that's
only two dubs.
Yeah.
Callers, if you could
BW
elucidate us, why do they call it Bedub3s
Yeah.
instead of Bedubdubs?
I mean, was there another W that, like, went away? Like,
Wild West
Maybe,
Wings.
maybe it's Buffalo. It's Jonathan
Oh.
Jonathan Ross presents Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right. Marriage. Marriage is what happens.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild
Buffalo.
Wings.
B-dub, please.
Yeah, I mean, what a unfortunate name to have, and to have that lisp or whatever you call it.
Jonathan Ross,
Jon-
yeah,
I mean,
his
it's like-
speech impediment.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross.
Was. Yeah.
He sneaks an R in every now and
Yeah.
again. It's funny.
No.
I
Yeah.
I too have been watching the Big Fat Quiz of Everything.
Yeah, it's just, there's some funny shit on there.
It's good background.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to do a show?
Yeah, sure.
We should do a show because
talk about
that is what we are famous for doing.
4-2 res.
What? We're not resting. We're going to do
4-2 res.
I was adjusting. I was just saying, hello, Internet. Hello.
Oh.
My little princess. of
Hello.
Maine. My kings of New England.
Hello. Internet. Oh,
I'm sorry y'all had to hear that.
goodness.
I don't think I like it.
You don't like it?
I don't think I like it.
Well,
You don't like what?
are you like because it's not fancy enough?
I mean, I just generally don't like champagne. Really.
Champagne?
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it is.
I think it's delightful.
It's one of those things where it's like it gets better as it gets more expensive, but it doesn't really ever reach the realm of like, oh, that's good to me.
What's the best champagne you've had?
I mean, I've never had a Dom, but I've had like Bollingers and Moet and stuff like some of
Okay.
the like better ones. Yeah. You know what's not really that nice.
Oh no, Moet's
okay.
Moet's okay. It's on the. There's some that's on the lower end. There's some that's on the higher end, but it's better than fucking Corbel. I like Moet. That's my go-to if I need a. But I went to the. All right, this liquor store in my neighborhood is not exactly like Fancy Town, so they didn't even have the option of fancy champagnes.
Oh, this was behind the counter.
Funnily enough, they actually have a cooler for, or they have some space in their cooler for champagne.
Okay.
But most of it is Prosecco or Rosé. And I didn't think we wanted Prosecco. I thought we wanted Champagne for, the closest and cheapest we could get to real.
Sure.
Good call.
Sure. Yeah.
Good
If they had a bottle of Moet, I would have bought it
Okay.
because
I am
you know,
in no way complaining. I'm just
Oh, no,
my
no.
general overall statement. It's like it's like all it can do is get more tolerable to me. Never like in the realm of like, oh, I would like this all the time. Yeah.
it's a sometimes food for sure.
All right, show.
All right, now that the wheels are greased.
It's really
Yeah, it's
gotta.
It's got
It's a little
a
bit tart, a little bit dry.
got a hot. Yes, please.
Chuck's not going to be able to drive home.
That's a good shot.
Chuck lives here now.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bottle right in front of the camera.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the intro to Star Trek Generations. Chuck gets that.
I get it because I've seen it.
But that was Chateau Picard, I believe.
It was.
Or, no, actually.
No, it couldn't have
It was
been.
Dom, yeah. It was Dom, but
It
it was
was
like
Dom.
2032 or 2332 or whatever.
You good? or you
Yeah,
want
I'm good. I'm good.
top off?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't think the Picard
Why?
winery even did.
Champagne.
Yeah, they were just fancy wines.
Okay.
Every so often, Robert. We're going to do one right now.
Also, I was thinking about the timeline of where that was. It was like, that would have made literally no sense. I mean, it would have been an Easter egg, but it would have been like, it wouldn't have made any sense because they were christening the Enterprise B.
See,
C. No, it was the B. C was from yesterday's Enterprise.
that's right.
Fuck you, I
Oh.
know!
Oh shit! All right, listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, we just saw Enterprise. We just, well, no, that Yar wasn't on that one. She was on a different episode.
We're never going to get this podcast done.
When
We
I
have to argue
when I drink,
Oh,
my,
it's
my
because
football
sports-
mascot knowledge goes up, and my Star Trek knowledge goes down. That's the trade off. My brain can't do both.
I
So
see. I see.
I'm not at fault for fucking up that Star Trek stuff.
Okay. Fine. I will let it slide this time.
Wall Street Journal.
I just casually dropped it in the conversation. It's like I was mentioning the Wall Street Journal. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
All right. Woo! Episode 526. That's a lot of episodes.
Oh, so many.
Yeah. Slightly more than some other podcasts.
Oh, what? Word.
Anyway, I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
We are without Mackie, unfortunately, again today.
Yes.
He is still in space.
Right. Yeah, where no one can hear his opinions.
See.
But what we do each and every episode of this here at BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, come in here and talk about it, and then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot jocks.
However, there are bad movies. However, there are bad movies. God damn it. Fuck. I'm off of it.
However, here,
Take-
bad movies stay away is 1 to 5 bags and bags.
Take a breath.
Bags of trash in which
Slow down.
we put them because they're trash. First half.
I wanted to do that without even looking, just trusting only the camera.
The first half of the movie, we talk about the BMFcast. The second half of the movie, we talk about our
BMFcast.
wieners.
I got it. We're good. Sorry, Chuck, for the edit. However, if there are bad movies, then stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash, in which they belong.
Boo.
Yeah. So, for something a little strange, we are covering a sequel to a movie. No, I'm just saying, like, the length of time between the first movie and the sequel is rather amazing.
It's remarkable.
I mean, it's rather remarkable. We're covering Fortress 2, Re-entry. Fortress.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be that kind of podcast.
Well, it's a prison movie, so. But yeah, the Fortress 1 we covered on episode 14.
14, June 25th, 2009.
Yeah. Just wanted to point that out. That was pre-Chuck. It's pre-Deathstalker. That's pre-everything. It's
Me having a good intro.
yeah, pre
Your intro
any
was
of us
delightful.
doing anything
was
well.
bad.
Yeah, I don't know, but
It was a long time ago.
yeah, it's just finally came up, and we were like, Fortress 2 time.
Uh-huh.
Now is the time.
Why not? There's never been a better time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Christophe Lambert.
Yeah, right.
Or Christopher Lambert, if you prefer.
IMDb trivia. A longer time has passed between our episode on Fortress and this episode than the original Fortress 1992 and Fortress 2 Reentry 2000 something 2000.
Right. And we are closer to Back to the Future
Than we are to our mothers or something.
Right. Yeah, Christophe Lambert is the star of the film. He was also in Fortress
He was, yes.
and also 6 other BMFcast movies, but most
Holy
known
shit.
for Fortress, Southland Tales. Fortress.
Sure.
The film also co-stars Pam Grier. You might remember Pam Grier from such films as Friday Foster and Bucktown.
And 7 other appearances.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Pam Grier.
Boy, have we.
Beth Toussaint.
Oh, we?
She was in Dead Heat and Project Shadow Chaser 2, the good one.
Okay.
Was Project Shadow Chaser 2 an extra?
It was.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we might circle back around and put it on Prime
Oh,
because
I'd watch I'd watch those both again.
yeah,
They're real dumb.
they're real dumb and good. And Willie Garson, who
That's Garcon.
Garson means boy.
Congratulations.
He passed away recently, but he was in the BMFcast movies The Adventures of Ford Fairlane and The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah. Like the Michael Bay The Rock.
But we never covered The Rock, did we?
On the extra, we did a whole Michael Bay thing, remember? We covered everything.
Oh, that's right, because you wouldn't let me watch Pearl Harbor.
That's right. I would not let you watch Pearl Harbor.
Or the other one.
Or the
Benghazi
trial.
movie. Yeah.
Jim from The Office takes on Benghazi.
Yeah.
No, we didn't watch that.
I wanted to watch it.
I'm sorry. You could watch it on your own.
Fine.
Okay.
Well, I was only pointing out because we had Christophe Lambert and Beth Toussaint.
Beth
and then
Toussaint.
you were like, somebody Garson, and I'm like, that's Garcon.
Garcon. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, Fortress 2, 2000. I went back last night and watched for the first time Fortress because I was not here for that. That's a Stuart Gordon movie, and
is.
that movie is super dumb and super good.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. It is futuristic and dumb in all the best ways. It's like a low-budget Total Recall. It's just great. It has a lot of imagination, and it's all coming out into the movie. Like, people are just thinking of dumb future shit and putting it in the movie, and it's all cool.
This movie,
Not that.
I'm not sure if anyone was thinking.
Oh, there is some dumb future shit, though.
There's some dumb future shit, but
There's-
not in the way that it needs to be dumb.
No,
No.
This is one of those, like, we've had this debate before. Like, the suspension of disbelief when people do a series of continually stupider things, and then you're supposed to, like, go along with it, and it's movies like this where it's just like, okay, seriously, like, my suspension of disbelief on everything is, like, I passed my threshold a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's just, you know, it's sort of like how you watch The Dark Knight, and you're like, this is a great movie, and then you go back and you're like, but how would anybody have known that these very coincidental things would happen to make
Right.
this happen perfectly? And you
In the moment, it's
in
like
the moment, you're like, this is awesome, and then you go to think about it, and you're like, but wait, no,
Right.
That's a little too circumstantial, coincidental.
the same way you don't think about Star Trek Into Darkness. You just watch it and go, yeah, that was cool, Star Trek stuff. And then your brain goes, yeah, but, and you go, shh.
Yeah. But this movie is like completely full of those. I mean, like almost like everything anyone does, it's just like, yeah, but
Everyone's motivations are weird, and people are doing dumb things, but they're so confident in what they're doing that the movie doesn't really let you wallow in how
I suppose, yeah.
disappointingly stupid the things that they're doing are.
It even starts off with, like, a massive fuck-up.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
basically, the first thing that happens in the movie is Christophe Lambert's friends from something else, from the last
From
adventure.
Army.
The Resistance.
Yeah.
The Resistance, right, from Army. They show up at his house and are like, hey, we have this guy that's formerly of
Mentel.
Menstrual Tech. Mentel, yeah.
Tech.
And we need you to get him back to the Resistance. And Christopher Lambert's like, no. And I know it's an uncanny Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, I was
Pretty
like, yeah,
good.
yeah.
But yeah, the first thing they do is they basically like lead the bad guys directly to Christopher Lambert's house. They're like, "We're on the run. We're the most wanted people by Mentel. So are you." So all of us came here to this one space in this big fucking boat with a guy that they
not a big boat. They just have a raft. I mean,
yeah, but
I mean,
it's
yeah.
but it's big as far as stealth is concerned.
Yeah.
okay.
You know.
It's not a canoe. Yes.
I mean, as it turns out later, one of them was directly in on it.
Yeah.
Like this was all a setup. It wasn't just stupidity that led them to get caught. It was
not solely.
yeah,
Right.
right.
But I think it was mostly stupidity.
Yeah. But yeah, the bad guys show up in helicopters, and everyone has to flee. And Lambert pushes his wife and child into a
Drain.
sewer
Well,
drain.
I think there was a point. I think it's just after this scene where I had to pause the movie and go like,
Yeah.
okay, I need some refresher because I need to understand why Christophe Lambert is so good at doing spy shit or
Stuff.
yeah things. I mean, he's just like real good at like I have
Setting traps and
yeah. I mean, he's got a convoluted like it just looks like they live in a boring ass log cabin in the middle of Canada, but it's like he's got a series of escape tunnels and all this kind of shit like under the bed and all this stuff he's rigged and a hidden Jeep, and it's just like, okay, who is he? Like, what did he do? Like, I don't even remember what his crime was. Like,
yeah.
at first I was like, is it like a Van Damme and lockup thing? Like he's a cop wrongly accused and put into prison, or something like that. It's like, what was the story? But it was just
Abortion was illegal.
right.
The world government mandated that no one could have more than one child. They had a child that passed away, but that was their allotted child. They tried to have another child, tried to flee to Canada once she was found out to be pregnant, failed to get through a checkpoint, got sent to the Fortress, which is an invisible pyramid prison.
I forgot the invisible pyramid part.
Yeah. And once there, he made friends with Clifton Collins Jr. and some other colorful characters.
Oh, I probably didn't hate him at that point.
He's surprisingly good in that, and he makes it all the way to the end. Like,
I've moderately backed off. I've gotten to the Kristen Wiig level of like, I'm okay with him showing up and it doesn't immediately just make me dislike something.
Yeah.
But I don't think I had an opinion on him at the time we would have watched this.
no, I don't think you would have. He wasn't even going by Clifton Collins. He
Oh.
had a different stage name at that
Oh.
point. But yeah,
Colin Clifton. is what his name was back then.
Senior, the first.
Colin Clifferton.
Minnie Ripperton.
So anyway, yeah, the first one, that was the premise, and both he and his wife were put in this prison, and the warden is Kurtwood Smith, and he's sadistic, and he wants to, fall in love with the wife, and the baby becomes property of the Mentel Corporation and all this. It's just a bunch of dumb future bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, that's right. The wife was in the prison with him.
Yes.
Was it like in a different section?
the top two floors
Or
of the
ladies,
pyramid were the ladies.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, they escaped and they had the kid, and now it's 7 years later, and he has he gets
on the run
caught.
from the Mentos Corporation.
Yes.
So,
Really, if you don't know the name of the corporation, you're going to hear the Mentos Corporation a lot throughout this.
It's also on literally every wall and every TV.
Yeah. But he gets caught. He's fleeing in a Jeep and wrecks, and
well, he does the like you go on ahead without me. I'm going to distract them so you can escape to his wife and kid. And
Right.
he seals off a tunnel behind them and then hightails in a Jeep. But yeah, they shoot up his Jeep until he crashes, and then they shoot a net gun at him.
yes,
Classic net gun.
and he is sent to
Well,
Fortress 2.
Well, they gas him a little bit. They give him some little
They
smelly
do. They give him a
salts,
little,
and then he wakes up in
They
like
give him a spritz.
Yeah, and then,
Yeah.
Then he wakes up in a chair where he's getting his intestinator or whatever.
No, this is different.
It's a neckinator or
this
something.
is dumber.
Oh, this is not the same thing.
No,
this
this
is different tech.
No, this is the thing. They put it in your leg and it travels up to your neck.
Right.
For some dumb reason.
Yeah, I mean,
to interface with your optic nerve.
Right.
And to
Why didn't they
interface
just
with your brain.
well,
put it there.
I mean, the thing is like I don't think they probably didn't put them on the ladies there. I think they were just like the fastest way to a man's brain is through his crotch area.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's injected through the crotchal area.
Yes. Yeah. So he has that, and now he's in jail. And guess
What
what?
explanation?
But I think this is when I paused and I was like, okay, why does he know how to do all these things? Because I mean, this is like a Bourne level, like pre-planned escape type thing, where it's like I have all of these things and shotgun booby traps and all this stuff planned, and then it's like, oh, whoops, I got caught anyway.
Right. Yeah, he was also in the military.
Sure, yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, they're in jail, and most of his team, or most of the people who came to see him, also got caught, including Willie Garçon, who the implant thing goes wrong and basically fries his brain. So he is stupid throughout the rest of the movie.
It just kind of turns him into a bumbling idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, they're in jail, and then a short time later, it's revealed they're not just in jail; they're in space. Space jail. There's a warden.
Because there was a fight, because like it was like the standard prison thing, like first day there's got to be a fight so you can set up dominance or whatever.
It's
but
the exact same thing from the first movie.
Is it?
It's the exact same thing. It's just like I'm here, and it's like, no, you're fucking not, and it's like, okay, we fight now.
yeah.
Well, the guy that is mad at him has no reason to be mad at him. He's just like angry because.
Well, Lambert's not involved in the first fight. It's the large lady and the guy who eventually has the flamethrower fight. That's who has the first fight where they launch her into space because they're like she was choking the guard out or whatever.
Right.
Because all right, so there's this other dude. There's this one guard in it. That's a consummate that guy. You said he was the FBI agent in that episodes of Lost where that was chasing Kate.
He's the FBI. He was the one on the plane who was taking Kate back. Has just a hardcore murder boner for her. Can't stand her.
Right. But like he's kind of like the sympathetic guard in this.
He's the bleeding heart guard for some reason.
It's weird.
Because the bad guy from The Karate Kid 2 is the sadistic guard who is just like, man, violence is cool. We're just going to pit all these people against each other. It's going to be great.
Yeah, because they launched the large lady out into space after she starts a fight. I mean,
yes,
large. I mean, like she's muscular. She's a bodybuilder,
right? And by the way, this is a co-ed prison. Like no one is kept separate. It is just
fully co-ed. Yeah.
Just a total co-ed prison, which surprisingly works better than you think it would.
Yeah, the problems you would think would be prevalent at least aren't shown in this movie.
Yeah,
No,
there's
not
like
appearing in this movie.
okay, so there's like they're basically constantly being surveilled.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get away with anything, and they have they have these things everybody's been injected with that are in their brains. So anytime they do anything wrong, the Zed program AI lady thing that co-runs this prison
With an accent.
with an accent will just zap you or zap everybody, I guess. So.
But you get
it's pretty
plenty of
easy to
shower
ignore.
time.
There's like a one-line explanation of like, oh, there's basically two levels, dull pain to stop you, and then a death setting, like the Suicide Squad button. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But
See, that's the thing is like I thought I remembered in the first one they had like literally like the suicide kill button.
they did, but
Yeah.
it was in
In
your
your
stomach
stomachs, okay.
because it's the intestinator.
Sure.
That they injected through.
Was
your
that what it
throat.
was called?
Yeah, it was
Literally,
literally
that's
called.
not
Yeah,
a name we made up
No,
for it?
I feel like
Jesus.
because I feel like we went on a whole like now at Arby's and
Because the computer screen, whenever it would activate, would say intestinate.
Man.
It's a real dumb corporate murder bullshit.
See, I feel like that's the thing is like Stuart Gordon gets doing dumb on
did, yeah,
film,
he did.
and these people are just like, it's dumb, but we think it's cool, and like
Yeah.
it's like Stuart Gordon was like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is stupid, right? Like the Wayne
Yeah.
Pulse and Space Truckers, dumb stuff like this.
It is
you
the first one is very much in the same vein
Right.
as Space Truckers, and it is off the wall, and it fully embraces all of
Yeah.
that. This one is just like, hey, it's a prison movie in space, huh? Wouldn't that be serious and dramatic? And you're like, not
And
if you
there's
do it
future
stupidly.
Stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to say future stuff.
But anyway, so this just establishes the hierarchy of the prison, which is weird because like at this point there's not really any gang system. It's not like
No, the gangs don't show up till way later.
Right, it's weird. It's just like there's a couple people that are like I'm top shit. Like there's like I said, skirt up sort of dude who's like the kind of the antagonist of the prison of the people.
Yeah. Unreasonably mean guy.
Yeah, just unreasonably mean guy. He's just there and around, but like, and then there's like a dude who's like just big Russian dude. You know, at first, I mean, I don't think he says a line for like 30 minutes of the movie.
Not for a while.
Like, it's weird. He's just like, I thought he was going to be like the dude in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, like the Native American character is just like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess you're just large and you don't speak. You know, like,
And then there's like inexplicably gregarious black dude.
right.
Um,
Who's just immediately like, hey, we're bunkmates, we're best friends. What's your
Right.
name? You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Hello,
know.
I am your friend now for the rest of the movie.
I mean, that's some strange pairing to like. I don't know. Like, Lambert needs a very particular sidekick or whatever you want. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's just got a very interesting personality, and I feel like we watched some movie where he had a sidekick. Was it Kadeem Hardison and him? No, that was another movie. Kadeem Hardison and somebody went on an adventure.
Mark Dacascos.
Mark Dacascos. But there was some movie where he had like a sidekick dude, and it was like they meshed pretty well.
Oh,
together.
Gunman.
Yeah, Gunman. Yeah,
Him and Mario Van Peebles.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like. Yeah, like that was pretty good. I think. Like
Yes, Gunman was good.
Yeah, but like this is just like, man, your personalities do not mesh at all. Because
Yeah.
like Lambert is also like extra whispery in this movie for a lot of it.
Okay, that's a thing. So not only there are at least 3 characters who whisper growl all of their dialogue. Now, you know you're getting that with Lambert because
Right.
that's just what he does. But the warden does it, and the sadistic guard does it. All 3 of them are whisper growling all their dialogue, and it's like I'm just going on context clues as to what you're saying because I can't understand you.
I think additionally there were several points where Lambert was trying to be quiet. He was trying to
Sure.
I can't communicate my plan because everyone's listening.
right. So he's trying to whisper, and
Sure.
Lambert I don't think knows how to actually whisper.
But the other 2
So he just talks like this.
But the other 2 have no reason to ever
No.
whisper. They are in positions of power. So, whatever. I mean, he kind of does have a sidekick in this, but it's unfortunate because the guy is terrible and unfunny. Because he has like a Tyrese.
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought that's who we were talking about.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gregarious,
Right.
overly gregarious black
Yeah, I
dude.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like they don't pair well together.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, they should, but the problem is that that guy is just given the be a funny black guy role and not actually given anything funny to do or say. So it's just a lot of damn, it's just
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's like not another teen movie
yeah,
level of
it's
like,
hey, this is my party. Yeah, like,
yeah,
I've already got this covered.
yeah. It's like, okay, come on.
He gets that one good line, which was the intro for this episode.
Yes.
Sort of. But
He has one
That's about
good
it.
take when he gets punched in the face later in the film where he lingers right in the camera for a long time. But most of everything that he says is just like, yep, that's first pass level script writing there. It's not very good.
I mean, God, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't even know if I can go in order of the plot. Because, I mean,
No.
this movie's sort of like, there are things I remember. I just don't remember when and where they happen.
It
in the
doesn't
plot.
matter.
Well, that's because it's like, it's just kind of like, it's easier to kind of cover what the bad guy's plan is.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Because I don't really understand this. So, first off, this isn't billed as a prison. Not in the by Minin Corporation. I mean, it's like they. I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be like some sort of power plant in space.
Right.
I guess it's a solar power plant because they have just fucking solar panels everywhere.
Everywhere.
But because there's a thing where like Zed's like the prisoners are now under control. And he's like employees or workers, laborers.
Yeah.
Zed plead. And
But that
mean,
immediately stops, and they refer to them as prisoners for the rest
yes,
of the movie.
I mean there are guards and they have future shock stick things.
For continuity's sake, in the first film, the prisoners were building additional floors of the prison. Their job was to keep building the prison to make it bigger.
Oh, so it was a pyramid scheme.
I see. An invisible pyramid scheme.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like NFTs. The prisoners are working on stuff, but it's really not clear what they're working on.
A lot of times they are led into a room that has a pile of garbage in it, and they're told to move the garbage.
Deal with the garbage,
Here's
yeah.
the thing: is like I feel like every bit of work involves the same plastic 3D printed panel thing.
Yes.
They all have this panel that they walk around with like 2 bolts, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
go put that out on the solar things. Go put that in the floor over here. Go load up this cart with it. It's like, what the fuck are they?
Well-
I mean, I don't know. Are they supposed to be batteries? Like, is that like
I think
loading
they're
supposed
solar-
to be solar panels.
solar
Yeah.
panels,
Yeah.
batteries?
because like
and,
it's the first day they're there. Their first job is to
Right.
just go into space
Yeah.
and repair some solar panels. And I'm sorry, but they have just found out they're in space, and obviously none of them have been in space before. And the fact that they just launched themselves out of this airlock and are just like, okay,
Yeah.
time to repair this. Like, no.
Also, I mean, this is very much a very lackadaisical prison. It seems like because, I mean, from the context clues, they just walk into the airlock, suit up, no guard, just like just get in there and do your thing. Like you know how to put on a spacesuit, obviously, right? I mean,
Obviously.
who
Sure.
doesn't?
Make sure it's airtight and,
Yeah.
how to install solar panels in space.
And also, the solar panels are attached with explosive bolts.
Yes.
And they just let the prisoners be near all that?
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because obviously the solar panels are getting damaged by the constant meteor showers.
Right.
But
Which-
why they would have explosive bolts on them so that when the meteors would hit them, they blow up?
We never see the consequences of
No.
that. But
no.
I mean, really, the only use for explosive bolts in anything is like ejector seats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Sure, yeah.
literally it. I mean, like,
that makes sense.
I mean, that's like. I need this very quickly to separate from this in order to save a life.
Right.
Like that's like,
Or like the towers for rockets, explosive bolts
something
for the
that
separation
has to
thing.
fall away
Yeah.
or separate
Sure.
quickly. Yeah.
I think the only reason they exist is because Lambert steals one to use later to.
Well, obviously that's the only
I
reason
know,
they
but
exist.
I'm just saying they don't. That's why they don't even bother to explain why these fucking things would have explosive bolts
No,
on them.
I mean, I could.
Yeah,
see-
I mean, obviously, like it's just a MacGuffin
Yeah.
sort of thing, but
I mean, if this thing was like a big flywheel and like all the solar panels were just like floating out there and the habitat was like the center thing, I could see you having like explosive bolts to like drop a panel, because it's like
Sure.
it's not
Yeah.
part of what you need to continue to survive. So it's like you don't want like a damaged panel to drag you down to earth.
you might want to
Right.
put explosive bolts on your Frankenstein in case in case
of-
he goes wild.
in case
He
of
just-
monstering, general pitchforking.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
explosive bolts was the man.
It's Doctor.
I've decided to swing back the other way. I'm going to call everything.
It's Doctor Explosive Bolts.
Yes.
Show some
Please,
respect.
Yeah.
He didn't go to college for 8 years.
Every vampire is a Dracula. Every monster is a Frankenstein.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Great.
All the mummies. Yeah.
Yeah. Wolfmen's.
Yep.
Wolfsmen. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, the explosive bolts are dumb. But
They
even
lose-
dumber, they just let these
Yeah.
let these guys. I guess.
But
like-
Sato, the sadistic prison guard. I mean, it's just like
yeah,
Sato-
that was a stretch, but good.
But no,
try.
I mean, I think that's
You
like
got
someone was like thinking that.
Sure.
Like,
Sato, sadomasochist,
Yeah,
ha, ha, ha.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's
You
Sure.
sure they were actually even? Nah.
yes. I do.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. Fair enough.
He's like they knew a meteor storm was coming in or whatever, and he's just sitting there watching the monitor, like as it's like redlining, and the sympathetic guard comes in and is like, "What are you doing? You're gonna kill them."
They're people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, someone gets killed by meteors. I don't even know who it was.
Honestly, I thought the lady went out there with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was the core 4 you see, but no, they sent out Sir not appearing the rest of the movie.
Red shirt character is just like, okay, well, whoever that guy is,
More like a red helmet character.
he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Bunch of stuff happens.
Yeah, things
There's
happen.
a Russian subplot.
Yeah.
So
So
okay, so he steals. He goes outside and immediately like steals a bolt.
He's piecing together his plan,
Right,
which is
he-
eventually to hide in a box.
Well, he's like. He keeps scoping out. They have these like camera things on the wall that just keep me all the time, and then he steals this explosive bolt. He gets a stick of gum, and the timing on this whole thing is
From
real
the
weird.
tug pilot.
Yeah, there's a dude, and I recognize this guy from something. I don't.
He looks like
That's
maybe
fact.
he was in Midnight Oil.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking.
don't know.
Like, yeah, that the
He has that
Benzer
look.
guy. Yeah. No, I mean he's an actor, dude. I've seen him in other shit, but whatever. Just character guy. Anyway, Lambert just starts talking to him, and he's like, "Oh shit, man, you flew space stuff before? Okay, well, here, have a stick of gum that he didn't even ask for. Like, he just randomly hands him a stick of gum.
Oh, you were into shit too? Well,
Yeah.
take some gum, my friend.
Yeah. And then he's just like, "Oh, well, I'm going to MacGyver some shit out of this. Like, so I'm going to hide the wrapper, and I'm going to chew the gum for 36 straight hours." And, and then basically, it's just he's trying to rig the scanning mechanism for these carts that they load up on the shuttles and haul whatever it is back, these batteries or power things, whatever they are. And he's just like, I'm going to get in the cart and ride it back to Earth. So, like the laundry cart. And
well, no, he's going to get in the cart and then hijack it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
it goes completely wrong immediately.
Well, this starts a pattern of the warden of this place, who I'll go into detail on him in a second, but the warden of this place is able to appear anytime there is any kind of escape attempt. He is just there, like after the stripper pops out of the birthday cake, like, well, look at you.
It's really not even just escape attempts. It's like anytime
Fights.
anyone is bending the rules, or like,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off the
Yeah.
surveillance for this room so that this fight can happen.
Because there is no reason for him to be in this industrial hallway while they are moving this box around. There's just no reason for him to be like, so what's going on down here? No, he's not that kind of. He's not a hands-on guy.
well, except for the fact that like Lambert was not being subtle about literally any of this
Sure.
that he's doing.
I mean, there's that.
Like, he was obviously stealing things and obviously checking out the handle. Yeah. And they had a whole conversation for like 10 minutes about what he was going to do with whatever the lady was that was his friend from the beginning of the movie.
Right. So, okay, this warden. What a blank slate of a person. Like, absolute just... He is kind of motivated by something. And eventually it's revealed that he's building a big gun.
I mean,
He's building a big space gun.
I'll give you the overarching or arching, whatever you want to call it, of like his character, because like basically it's implied that his dad was either the guy that started or the previous head shit of Mintel. I don't think I have any more to do. Menudos.
There you go, Mentos.
Yeah, I already did Mentos. I have to do Menudo. But like, he's the son of somebody important, but
Yes.
Pam Grier is now the head of this corporation.
She was married to that dude's father.
Okay.
That's real quick towards the end of the film. They
Is that what
blurt
it
that
is?
out.
Okay, I totally
She's
missed
his
it.
stepmother.
Okay, is that what it? All right,
Yes.
I missed that part. I just thought it was like I went with her over my own son.
No,
because
she's stepmother and president of the Mentel Corporation.
sure. Okay, all right.
How to give you a step Oedipus complex?
Stepipus.
Just
Stepipus.
That was the best one I could come up with.
Rex.
Stepipus Rex. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Pam Grier's in this movie, everyone. She doesn't do shit.
No, she's on camera for like 4 minutes.
She has 3 video conferences with the main dude and then shows up on the ship at the end for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, but yes, he is secretly, like, he's supposed to just be making power in space, and he's secretly built a space gun that he's going to use to threaten people.
How are they getting the power back to Earth?
The shuttles, like whatever the hell they're loading up in those boxes, must be batteries, and they're sending the power back down to Earth, I guess.
Oh, maybe that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, that makes
They're
sense.
charging up the
charging up
solar
the-
power,
Sure.
Charging up the tablets.
putting it in a box.
It's cool. Like, I mean, I only wish, like, the sun were able to reach the surface of the Earth.
If the sun reached
Right.
the surface
That
of the
would-
Earth, that would solve all our
that
problems.
would be
and also the
really
energy
nice.
it takes to get the fucking shuttle up there must be a million times what it.
Well, I mean, this
the
is
energy that they're
this is
harvesting.
the same question with like the plot of Moon. I mean, where it's like, I guess helium-3 is some cool shit because we go all the way to the fucking moon to mine it,
Yeah.
like, and send it back. I don't know. It just seems like a big
Yeah.
bad idea.
So anyway, that's the warden, and that's Pam Grier, and they don't matter at all, really. What matters is that Christophe Lambert has decided he's leaving, and he's going to get out.
But yes, he hides in the box, gets bumpled around like through the conveyor belt. Like, there's a brief moment where it's like, what's going on here? Where the warden just shows up and
Right.
everyone's like very shady, like
Because the
good,
gum wrapper
nothing.
sparked when it went through the scanner, and they're like, what's all this then? So Yeah, anyway, but he gets through and he pops out like, haha, I've made it. And they're all just standing there like, oh, you dumb idiot. Ha ha ha.
Well, I like that they're almost all like in the pose like when Loki wakes up
Yes.
in the Avengers.
Yes.
I mean, they're all just like in like
They've all
struck a pose like victory pose. Like, how don't you feel stupid?
Yeah. We got one over on you. The warden then fires the two people who let him through, even though they all seem to be knowing that they were going to catch. It's dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, they throw him in the hole, which is really, it's just, they open up, you're in this pop-o-matic bubble that's just exposed to the sun, and you...
That's the real trouble.
Yes. You alternatively freeze to death and burn to death. So that's fun.
Well, I think as the station rotates, it's like, you're getting, pure unfiltered UV radiation from the sun, and then when it goes away, it's just like it's
The cold darkness of space. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but there's like one shot where he's like half peeling with frost all over.
Yeah.
And half sunburned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you're burning cold.
Yeah.
So anyway, they let him back in and he gets healed.
Very quickly.
I mean, he gets healed by the like magic computer healer.
He seems
back
to have
to
like a
tank thing,
weird
right?
like I don't know. He seems to have like a coating for the rest of the movie.
He,
But
he does seem like he has the burn protection jelly on him the entire time. But yeah, so okay, he goes and sits back in the chair that he got injected with the tracker device.
Yeah, that's the back to tank healing thing.
And that thing sort of scans his wounds and heals them, but he's got a wound on his chest that he does not get until 3 or 4 scenes later.
But he brushes it off.
After
It's weird,
after
yeah.
it like scans him and does whatever it does, he's just like, oh, and just wipes it off. But he doesn't get that wound until
goof.
yeah, it
Certified
is,
goof.
It is a goof.
That is not in the goofs, I don't think.
I
see.
That's the goof right there.
So if we're talking goofs,
Let me check the goofs.
that's one. I want to.
I mean, I'm not actually serious because this movie is completely full of goofs.
So there's another one that I was so confused by. I didn't even say anything because I was just like, I don't even care at this point. But when they're launching their final like ruse to get out, I swear to God, the comic relief guy is in the shower doing a bunch of dumb shit to distract the guards while also sitting in his bunk.
Not a goof.
No?
Not a goof. No. They had specifically built a recording device. So
Okay.
that was a ruse.
Yeah,
Okay.
because lady was also there. Like,
Well,
you
I knew they
guys-
did the 3-second loop playback, which was stupid, but they seemed to record a whole routine of this guy.
No, that was fucked up after things started exploding. She had a normal video because they were just
Oh.
watching her shower, and then like it got stuck in the
Yeah.
the tape broke like it always does in the tape loop situation.
Because that's another thing. These prisoners get a crazy amount of shower time. Like, we see them shower more than they do literally anything else.
Except for move those fucking panels.
Right.
Yeah.
Move panels, 1, 2, shower.
Occasionally eat.
Yes, you get a tray of goo.
Man, I want some nutrition paste. I know that everyone's complaining about that shit, but like, I'm sorry, but like 99 out of 100 meals, I want some nutrition paste. I don't want to think about what the fuck I want to eat. I just want to keep living.
I'm with you. I just don't want to buy some tech bro bullshit like
Sure.
Soylent or
Yeah.
Huel.
Yeah, no.
I just want like not Nestle, but like Velveeta or something. Something that's Kraft, which kind of sucks too. But like Nabisco, maybe they're
Dannon.
Dannon. Yeah, Dannon's probably Kraft as well. But
Probably.
I mean, everything's owned by something bigger. You
Sure.
you
Right.
can't enjoy anything. Get over.
But yeah, I just want like like Nabisco's nutrition bar.
Yes.
Which is just an entire meal's calories
Yeah.
and nutrition.
I mean, look,
Blend up some Triscuits and put it in my veins.
I am ready to eat the cricket biscuits from Snowpiercer or whatever. I don't give a shit. Like
Wait, weren't those Roach biscuits?
whatever.
Roach jelly? Yeah.
Bug biscuits, whatever.
I mean, I'd be fine with it as long as it was processed. I don't-
crickets rhyme with biscuits, and people are
Okay,
actually
yeah.
looking at eating crickets. Actually,
Okay, yeah, I'm in on cricket biscuit.
No,
Is that a new social media network?
that weird show that Jeff Goldblum has, where it's like he explains things by just going ooh ah ooh. Yeah, but yeah, it's he does one where he goes to like this food of the future where it's like it's based on some kind of
Cricket protein,
type,
yeah.
so yeah, it's pure protein,
Nutritious and delicious. Anyway, I'd eat a cricket biscuit.
Yeah.
If there was just a brick I could buy at the store that was like, all right, well, this is, 600 calories. You
You can catch fish with it. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Bill in the chat says Gerber, and that's what RoboCop ate. So if it's good enough for RoboCop,
Just eat Gerber.
Yeah, just-
I suppose I could.
yeah,
do
I
that.
guess.
just Gerber.
But I don't even want the
Flavors.
a jar.
Oh no, just put it in a tube, like a
Like,
squeezable
tube.
tube.
Give me a Go-Gurt. Yeah. Give me like
Yeah.
a Go-Gurt.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but like, boom, there we go.
Yeah.
We're good. That's a meal done.
Just let me do it in the shower.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I want like a nutrition oyster, just a,
Yes,
and you're done.
Yeah, just slurp it down
Yeah.
and you're good.
I want a bar. I want one,
Oh,
not
okay,
like
you
not like a Nature Valley bar.
I mean, I don't
'Cause
want.
I don't want all
taste
of my nutrition crumbs all over everywhere.
nutrition crumbs.
Anyway, I'm just saying everyone is complaining about this food paste in this movie, and I'm like, I'm not saying that would be all I want forever.
Oh no, food paste. As long as it doesn't taste bad.
9 out of 10 meals, like I don't want to think about it.
Right,
Just
right.
Give me some paste and let
Yeah.
me continue doing
Every
what
once in
I'm
a while,
doing.
give me a burger, steak, lobster, fancy food, whatever. You know.
But there are like 5 days a week where I'm like, lunch,
Yeah.
just let me have something that's going to
yeah.
allow me to continue
The concept
living.
like, who wants what? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Put food in my body so that I continue to live. I barely want to do that even.
This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we're just like giving into our true selves here.
Probably.
You know,
Yeah.
it's been a dream of mine to like concoct the perfect nutrition bar and just make like 100,000 of them and store them away in
Yeah.
like a shipping container somewhere for myself, so that I don't have to worry about food for 2 out of 3 meals of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
nutrition paste is awesome.
So they complain about their different colored pastes a few times, and but yeah, they shower a lot. I mean, for obvious reasons, because cheap tits in a movie. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
Cheap tits.
I don't know. It's just I mean, that's what you get in a movie like this. It is stupid because I mean, A, why would prisoners be given this much time, and B, it's fucking space. Like water's at a super premium. Like
Oh, but you recycle all of it, so. And they also had the tug with water.
Oh.
Were they bringing water or taking water away? I don't remember.
They were
I mean-
they were bringing it from the moon. They weren't taking it. They weren't taking it to the moon. They were bringing it from the moon. So
They're bringing water from the moon.
They're
so they had
bringing
plenty
moon
of
water. They're showering in moon water.
that water came from the moon.
Right.
I want to shower in moon water. That's
Well,
fucking-
you should go to space jail. Oh, you
trying.
can't because they blew it up.
Well, they blew it up in the future.
That's true. They haven't built
This,
it yet because
this
the
movie
lady
takes place in like
yes, the lady was
Yeah.
born in 2022, so we haven't even
Right.
gotten here yet. So there's still
there's
time.
still a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I will be the first moon water cleansed prisoner in space. That'll be my claim to fame.
Man.
Besides being featured in the Wall Street Journal. I'm milking it for all it's worth.
All right, I don't know. I don't know.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be out at the bar telling babes,
Hey, listen.
look,
You ever seen
I don't know. It's
a
just
person
it's
who's
just
been in the
pure-
Wall Street
it's like,
Journal
it's,
naked?
It's like an occasional like Rip Taylor, just like ooh,
yeah,
It is, yeah.
just a burst of confetti.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sorry. So anyway, the rest of this movie, they try to escape. There's
Yeah.
a subplot with some Russians.
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
yeah. The Russian subplot is. Just, I mean, that's where
That was
they,
bad.
Well, they decide that like what's his face, who was just the silent mute brute, mute brute was like.
It's better than Fruit Brute. Fruit
Yeah.
Brute.
Was like, oh, what if he was actually Russian, but he's the secret agent still with the law enforcement, but he's watching the Russian mob inside the jail,
Yeah.
and I don't know, he gets killed. Like they do this whole thing.
Well,
where
because he's like, they have a shuttle, which
I-
is weird. Like, why do they have a shuttle? But they have a shuttle, and he's like,
I think he.
They don't have a shuttle.
I think he meant like
Right?
Russia had like a separate shuttle, not like the Russian mafia had a shuttle. I think they were saying he was saying that like, oh, Russia sends up a supply shuttle too.
maybe.
I don't know.
I-
I don't understand the nation system in this world. I mean, it seems like this.
Oh, we're still mad at Russia in this world.
Well, no, I
think
mean,
the-
it seems like we've gone to like a corporation state, an oligarchy, if you will. From
Yeah, but-
like
yeah.
of
But on top
Intel.
of that, Russia.
well, the Russians are good at that. So.
well, they're good at that, yes. But I mean, like, it seems like this, Mintex, whatever.
Mintel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Men in Texas.
Pentel.
Yeah. The Men in Texas Corporation was
Powertel.
like, yeah, like owned the world.
Excellent.
But this is still like, oh, I don't know. Russia has their own shuttle. I
I think it was just the Russian mobsters had access, or they were planning a thing for a shuttle.
but they needed
to
codes.
escape.
So this is one of the other really, I think this might be the dumbest leap of logic throughout this entire movie, and that's saying a lot. I mean, that is saying a lot. No, it's tied. It's tied. There's.
Oh no! The other scene is way dumber than this. This is almost charming compared to the super dumb thing.
The other one is just factually stupid. This one is like, I think, rubs me more the wrong way because it's so coincidentally based.
Okay.
Because all right, so the special character who got fried, the former doctor who's now
Willie Garçon.
yeah,
Stanley Tucci.
yeah, Stanley Nussbaum. Because
Yes.
for some reason I feel like that name is from something else.
Stanley Fortress Tucci.
Anyway, but he has a pet cockroach, and
Yeah.
I forgot about the pet cockroach.
He's also a kleptomaniac because he's just picking things up as he finds it. So somehow he found one of the implants, and Christophe Lambert knows this.
He knows what it is.
Somehow, again, just
Would they, in one of the fights or something, hit all the shit got knocked out of his pocket, or somebody
I
had
mean,
some-
how does he know what an implant looks like when it got shoved directly in his crotch? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, he
Oh,
sees this
yeah.
wire
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
well.
dongle
this
at the end of
movie,
it.
whenever it feels like it's just like, no, Christophe Lambert knows about that. He knows about
Oh,
space
yeah.
bolts and
because
stuff,
it was
and it's like,
convenient for
the plot. I'm just saying, like, he's outside for the first time ever, we assume, spacewalking, and he's just like, yes, there are explosive bolts here. It's
Right.
like, the fuck do you know that?
So before all that happened, the Russian guy who's their friend
Right.
headbutted the TV because there's this. They have this one channel that just plays. It's just this one lady who does every show on this channel, and the third time we see it, he is losing his mind that this is still on. So he starts headbutting the TV and finally breaks it, and they find this channel changer modulator.
It's a frequency modulator.
Yeah,
It's a heat sink, but they
yes.
tell you it's a frequency modulator.
but they're like, why would this be in here if there's only one channel? So they rig it up to a speak and spell or something and figure out that they can punch up any prisoner's number.
Okay.
And this is how they learn that the tracker is actually seeing what they see.
Yeah, it's connected to the optic nerve.
So they are
No,
just...
I want to point out that, like, okay, not a goof per se,
Not a goof.
but funny. Just given that when this movie was filmed, what they build it on is based off of a keypad from a regular cell phone because it's got the send in, like call
Yes.
buttons from a fucking old Motorola. Why would that be on the fucking space station?
I don't know. They just
no, I'm
keep-
just being like,
they
look
kept
at where
finding
we
piles
are.
of garbage
Well, I know,
and-
but I mean, like, look at where we are now.
I know.
Why would we send fucking old Motorola's to space?
Hey, man.
Okay, so they had a pile of garbage electronics and like hashtag not a goof. But they had a pile of old electronics,
I guess,
and they're like,
yeah.
there was some walkie-talkie bullshit in there
I
that
know.
had keypads on it.
I know. I'm just saying it's funny because it's like that. No, but anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all from Sony Ericsson phones.
they find one of the implants. They hook it up
That
to the
was a lot.
cockroach. They complain a lot because the cockroach doesn't see very well.
They cram a wire up the cockroach's butt.
Well, like
So
directly
they-
into its back, like
Yeah.
into its optic nerves and shit. And
Sure.
and they're just like, well, he's big. He's obviously been eating real food and not this neutro paste that we've been eating.
Obviously.
Fucking send it off and see where he goes. And they're like, the only other person who eats real food on this is Weaver or whatever, Titus, whatever the fuck's the guy's name. I don't know.
Weevil.
Titus Welliver, whatever the guy's name in charge of this fucking
Warden.
warden guy.
Warden.
He's got a name. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Obviously, he's got real food. He's the only one. Which is funny because like you're telling me all the prison or the other guards have to eat this paste too. Like they don't get real food.
Apparently.
Whatever, it's nutritious.
Sure.
Teller is his name.
Teller. Okay. Like clearly that's where the cockroach has been going and eating some of his leftovers.
'Cause it goes straight
if we,
there.
If we let him go, he's clearly just going to walk us right to his office and we can get the codes.
Right. But visually, it doesn't work because the camera shot is too low and too shitty.
Well, also, it's just like this cockroach is walking alongside. Like, no one is noticing this giant fucking cockroach in a big bare metal.
With a camera on its back.
Well, not a camera, but a big, like, fucking piece of electronics on his back.
Yeah.
Just walking down this, like, Spartan white and silver gray hallways where it's like giant fucking Madagascar cockroach here. And
It's a Luxembourgian cockroach, please.
no, that's a goddamn hissing cockroach. That's a big fucking cockroach.
I know.
Yeah.
It's big.
But it just like follows Sato like all the way down the hallway, like even through the, I don't know what it does, force field. Like there is a point in the hallway where if you keep walking, you're going to get the pain inflicted because it's like on the way to the warden's office. And,
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a little sensor that goes,
Yeah.
that gives the call from Zed,
Stop,
like,
yeah.
if you proceed beyond this sector, you will be pained, or whatever.
He means peen.
It means pain. Well, the AI has an accent.
You will be
Like,
pained.
He means peen.
It means pain.
Means.
Pain.
Pain.
But because like the first day one, Christophe Lambert gets taken to the warden's office so he can gloat or whatever at having caught him, and stops at that point. But like the cockroach just gets to this point perfectly with the guard, so then it goes off. And he's like, "Well, that's weird. It's just me. Turn it off." So that the cockroach can walk through, and you're like, did they hook up the pain receptor? Does the cockroach have the pain receptor?
It's
Well, it
the
got shoved in
implant.
its butt, so I
I don't
assume
know.
so.
Yeah. Cockroach knew.
But
But
yeah,
it's just-
Sato says, like,
Yeah, it's just so convenient because it just walks down the hallway with him all the way into his office, like down like by his where he's like trying to type in the things, and then they realize, shit, we can't see it, and yeah, until like the simpleton is like beep boop beep boop, he's like singing the code, like,
Right.
I know this is the theme to Funky Town, and
Exactly.
they basically plays back they phonetically find the keypad noises
Yes.
based on him hearing it.
Yep.
So, but they do all this to get these codes or whatever bullshit thing to get to the shuttle, and the Russians get there first and just fucking take off.
They're like, "Fuck you, we're Russians."
Goodbye.
But then that's when the warden unveils his space gun,
Right.
and he shoots lots of EMPs at the spaceship and blows it up. And then they're like, "Hey, Christophe Lambert, fuck you. We're gonna throw you out of an airlock for your crimes."
Yeah. Like, okay, so I think I was getting to his space gun evil plan.
Okay.
So his stepmom / competitor / head of the Micmacs corporation,
Penn and Teller.
yeah, is like he needs like an electron something. That's the only thing he needs. Like all
An electron positron reimaginator.
She's like, I looked over your proposal to start up a second power plant, and I just can't approve that right now. He's like, it won't cost you a thing. I've got all the things to print, all my parts here. All I need is the electrum blah 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 to hook the two things together so that we can double our power output. Because
Yep.
everybody in this corporation loves power, right? And she's like, all right, I can't argue with that. And then he's just like, what she doesn't know is that when I have the electron for blah blah blah, I'm going to hook it up and be able to power my space laser.
Yeah.
And
Then I'll blow up Idaho.
right.
Haha.
Then there'll be a potato famine.
Yep. So he's gonna do that.
That's his evil plan. That's it. Like he's like, I
Yeah.
worked here for 10 years and secretly built this space laser. So this Death Star. And,
Kind of.
yeah.
Yeah. So the Russians blow up, and like I said, they push Lambert into a airlock. And Lambert.
This is where the dumbest part. Well, arguably, I think it's just because it's like you've had this like knockoff shot from The Fifth Element, because they did the bug thing too. The bug with the camera.
Yeah.
But done better. And they've done this shot in this movie, and it's like, it's real dumb, and the bug gets run over, and then it plays sad music where you're supposed to feel bad for the Garçon and his dead bug.
Yeah.
And you don't, because it's a goddamn cockroach.
It's a cockroach.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, he gets executed by being put in the airlock, and he just decides that if he stole one of the stun
He
sticks.
grabs one of the stun sticks.
Yeah, which by the
And-
way is like the same fucking shit from Loki. I swear to God, it's like
Seems like it.
yeah, it just
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing this like future stun stick thing, but I was like, holy shit, that's
It's really similar, like in
like
operation.
Yeah, similar kind of like it's got power settings and
Yeah, you twist the middle of
yeah,
it basically
to like it's got
to engage it, and
stun
then
or kill settings.
and then you poke somebody with it.
But yes, he's stolen one of those, is like hanging out in the airlock, and then just starts holding his breath.
Yep.
And
That works.
And then pushes off.
You've never done that before? Gone out the airlock, hold your breath for a few minutes, and then go back in?
No,
No.
I'm not.
If you hold your breath, if you hold your breath, your blood doesn't boil instantly. It's a real neat trick.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean,
try it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, two things.
Yeah.
First off, that's the exact opposite thing you want to do if you ever do find yourself in the vacuum of space.
No, you should definitely do it. I've done it before.
Yeah, you want as little air in you as possible.
No, lots of
and
air.
you got about 7 seconds.
Lots of air, at
If
least
that,
2 minutes.
yes. Okay.
Big air. Like you should do that thing where you hyperventilate and
Oh,
try to get
like the abyss. Like I'm
yeah,
gonna deep sea
yeah,
down.
absolutely.
Do the little
Big
pause.
breaths. Huge heaving breaths.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, depending on who you are, that is sound advice.
Yeah. I remember that store.
He pushes himself through space
Uh-huh.
to another airlock.
And then has to do a whole convoluted, like, open the airlock with the stun stick, like, way too long.
Yeah.
I mean, the point is, like, he's out in space for a long time.
He's a very long time. He gets into the airlock, shuts the door, just has a simple nosebleed. That's the
Also,
extent
the
of
door
his...
never really seals. It's just
No.
sitting there going...
That's why he can't get back in because the outer door won't seal. So he starts just beating the shit out of the control panel and like finally like pulls out some electrical cable and is just gonna shock it to death. He's just like, whatever, man. Just and I think also there's
He does seem to have air in this airlock, though.
Sure.
I mean, because, like, the urgency of, like, I am suffocating that acting has stopped, and now it's just like, I am...
no, but I think the ship bringing Pam Grier is arriving and is going to dock here, and that's why he's panicked to get through because
I don't think he knows that. I think it's just coincidental.
okay.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
No,
but
it
he's in the vacuum of space for
An awful long time.
awful long time.
And it's just
With the eyes open, everything.
you just look at it and you're like,
That's the other thing. Close your eyes immediately. Like, if you want to keep them.
No, wide open because space looks cool and you want to see it.
you want to see it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big breaths,
Yeah. Space is super cool, by the way.
2 minutes, wide eyes, blue dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, I don't even know. The rest of this movie, I don't even know.
He runs around a lot. Some things are going wrong at the space station.
Yeah, he's like he turns the space laser on
Onto the solar panel thingies.
and then aims it back towards where he is.
I mean, this. I gotta
Does
be
he?
honest.
I don't think he does. I think it just.
No,
I think
he
it's just
turns it around-
residual explosions. He turns it towards the panels, but I don't know if it actually hits where he is. There's just a bunch of explosions, and it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter
It didn't
anyway.
hit where he is. It just.
It looked like he was going to turn it so that he was standing up against the wall and the gun was going to shoot through the window and kill the warden. That's what it looked like.
That's what I was hoping for.
And it
I
doesn't
thought
do
would be
that.
good.
He aims it right at one of the big solar panels. I mean,
Okay.
because
Well,
they even say something like, "Why is he aiming at the solar panels?" And then the guy's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, he's like, "What is he doing?" And then it gives like target acquired
Yeah.
on the solar panel, and then Warden Teller goes,
Oh my god!
"I can't believe he's done this. I should have killed him in the first place. The second he ended up
Also,
on our space prison."
it's. I feel like through dialogue, it's also implied that he is Kurtwood Smith. Well, no. I mean, not clearly he's not, obviously, because he's not. Doesn't even have the same character name. But I mean, like, they say something like you were responsible for him escaping.
He was over. Okay, so
was
he's
over-
directly in control of this prison.
Okay.
He was over all of
all
the
the prisons. Okay.
pyramidons.
he was his
prisons.
supervisor.
The prisons.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was like the pharaoh.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The warden has asked the computer to fry Lambert, but because the warden told one of his guard henchmen to delete the files of everyone they just murdered,
It won't fry.
it won't
yeah.
fry him because it's been deactivated. So Lambert's like, haha.
I cannot comply on the
I think it's more
basis
like-
of. Yeah.
He does laugh at one point.
Yeah.
There's one point in the film where he just gets giddy. Like, he's just like, I'm doing stuff. Anyway, see ya. It's like, all right. You're just giddy now for some dumb reason. The warden shoots the guy.
I was hoping you paid more attention because I honestly seriously checked out at this point.
The only real thing that matters here is that the warden is standing in a bunch of water by the time the electrical charge hits the room where he's in, and it fries him to death.
All right, there's more. That's like the final kills. I mean, there is more dumb I remember leading up to that.
Oh, no, I was just trying to get to the end.
Oh yeah,
okay,
but
okay.
it's
I just
just,
wanted to be
it's just
done.
basically a bunch of running around and
Yeah, I mean,
goofing.
the important things. Pam Grier shows up for some reason with the electron thing and is like, "Ha, I'm going to take charge." And he does a whole speech of like, I've been working on this 10 years, blah blah blah. I've done this. I had the idea to this, blah. You're going to take the credit." And she's like, "Yeah, you're goddamn right." Until at one point he's just like, "Yeah, space laser, ha." and then like has her captured. And it's just like, why did your existence of the space laser suddenly shift the paradigm where everyone's like, oh, actually, no, you're in charge? Because I feel like
he's got a space laser.
Well, I guess, yeah.
And it's active.
He doesn't have shit.
The
I don't know. I guess.
Okay, so
Whatever.
the raft that originally came to Lambert's house in Canada, or where the fuck they were in the beginning of the movie, there was the lady who ends up in prison with him, former lover / co-worker from the army.
Never established that they were lovers. Implied,
It's seriously implied.
but
She
Well, okay.
wants to be his lover, but
Yeah.
she does not get with his friends, so
Yeah.
it's not allowed.
That's true. Yeah,
it's weird too because that is very specifically presented as a conflict. She's like, you're never going to see your wife again.
For 4 seconds, and then it's dropped.
I know, but
Forever.
it's she's like, you're never going to see your wife again,
I
so you
think
might as
she
well get
said-
with me.
I think she said, why don't we start back up what we had before? I don't care. It's not important. I'm not trying to win an argument. I think that was the only
Fight.
okay.
No,
they did have a thing.
I'm
Great.
just saying that she, in a normal movie, she gets that attitude like, well, I'm going to fucking spy on you for the warden.
Sure.
Because you rebuked my
Right.
my hot shower body.
I mean, honestly, I kind of almost respect that movie for not doing that cliche at least. Because I mean, like, I don't like I mean,
It's weird that they would even bring it up, though.
it is weird. It is a strange thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
But good on them for not like
like I said,
doing something stupid where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna die up here anyway. Let's fuck," and then they go back to Earth and he's fine.
Yeah, or-
and he's
or
like,
I just-
Oh, listen,
"I did not
wife,
cheat on you while I was in space."
listen.
Why did I even say that?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's lots of things you can do wrong with casting women in roles and making writing roles for women, but I mean, one of the worst is like reducing them down to girlfriend or if I can't be girlfriend, murderous bitch. Like, I mean, it's just like
Sure.
that's sure. Like, oh, I mean, like that's so fucking basic and like 1930s fucking writing. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, if nothing else, I give it credit for not doing that. Of like, oh, well, you don't want me, well, fuck you. Blow this whole place up. Okay. But anyway, when the scientist dude who's about to get simplified when he gets the botched implant, and this other dude show up at the beginning and are like, we need you to rejoin the underground. We got to get this guy, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, family first. Like, they're going to find me. Blah, get out of here. That dude shows up on the shuttle with Pam Grier.
Right.
Not revealed immediately, but he has like a helmet reveal of like
Soon enough.
Yeah, it's just like, well, how did you know things? And he's just like flip, and it's like,
It's me, Steve.
yeah, it's like, is that the guy from the beginning of the movie? Oh, like I mean, it's just
Yeah, we haven't seen you for an hour.
Like
It's
haven't seen you
impossible
for
to
an
know.
hour, and you were like literally in the movie for 20 seconds. So it's a strange like aha moment.
Yeah.
Just like, is it all right? Is that guy? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
But
The warden sends that guy after Lambert, and then for some reason is just like, nah, fuck you, I'm going to shoot you, guy, and does.
well,
And-
he's like at a certain point, he's just like ordering this dude around, and he actually points a gun at that guy and is like, go get him. And
Oh yeah, Teller points. Yeah.
and he's just like gets like two flights up on this metal staircase again, like this intricate fucking foundry they have in the space station. But and then he's just like, "Fuck you, dude! The fucking space station's blowing up, and you don't point a gun at me." And so he
yeah.
shoots this guy, and then for some reason Lambert was like, "Give me your hand, I'll save you." And it's like, no, there's no
That guy's
like,
done.
there's
Yeah.
no. I mean, I'm just saying, there's no redemptive arc there. He didn't do anything or save anybody.
Yeah, no, there's no reason for.
He just had a brief moment of like, nah, fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. It's
Yeah.
that doesn't like, that's not a face turn, like.
Yeah, that doesn't undo all of this
Right,
which
yeah.
you caused.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's not a face turn moment. Is it?
No, it's not.
Right. But instead, that dude just like jumps down with a power cable of some sort and sacrifices himself to murder the warden
Yeah.
in a.
He was already shot up. He was going to go anyway, I guess.
I don't think the warden was really that shot up. I mean,
No,
the dude, yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, he sacrifices the remaining 7 seconds of his life to murder the warden.
That's
and
the face turn. I mean, it's too late to reach out and go.
Yes.
But that's the not the other thing.
Yeah, not killing Lambert is not the
Not
face
enough.
turn.
No.
Killing the warden, it's like, oh, that guy kind of was a shitty dude, needed to go anyway. So you get half points for half turn points.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of like satisfying end to your bad guy.
Oh,
like,
absolutely
No.
not.
no, I just mean like none of your main characters are even remotely involved.
They're
It's
mostly not even there. Yeah,
right. They're all running away, and
Lambert's like 100 feet up the stairs.
and it's I know I've been overusing the phrase, and I got to find another way. But like I know I keep saying the hoisted by your own petards, but like as far as like villains going out, that's what you want. You want them
Sure.
to go out from their own hubris in some way. Like
Absolutely.
you want him to be shot by point blank by the space lasers or something. Or,
Sure, or the AI turns on him and
Sure.
barbecues its gonads.
Yeah, or just, we have determined that you're an inefficient warden. Delete. From
Right.
like the whatever. It's just strange, like dumb way for him to go out, and then everybody goes home because they just sort of hijack that dude. Shuttle pilots, they all just show up and are like,
They didn't really hijack it. They just walked in and were like, hey.
well, if that guy was Jack, they did. They were just, hey,
Yeah,
hi
yeah.
Jack, we're
They
riding
hijacked
with you. Yeah,
it.
hey Jack.
Don't forget, the electricity was chasing Lambert up the stairs.
Was it?
That's
I think
true.
that was just sparks exploding.
Because when
Because-
he gets through the hatch, there is a giant explosion behind him as they
Yeah.
shut the hatch.
that giant explosion was happening a lot during that scene,
Okay.
though. So
I
I don't know if the electricity was chasing him.
The way it's filmed, the tension that it seems to be building, and the way that everyone's shouting "Go, go, go!" I mean, I know the space station is in the middle of imploding or exploding or ploding
Both.
in general. Yeah,
Ending.
just general ploding. But like, it is implied that like he is running from the shock that is traveling from the floor up the staircase.
Is it? I didn't get that sense.
It sure. Well, I mean,
I got the sense that everything was exploding and
Again,
it was about to finish exploding.
never directly said like, "Oh, good, you got away from the electricity just in time." Like we're running from the cold and day after tomorrow, but I mean, it's like seriously, it's just like he dives at the end, and then there's like sparks come up, and it's like because I just the framing and the tension and the music and the way they were cutting down and to the people, and that it just implied I am running from something,
Death,
Yeah.
as we all are.
Indeed. But
Yeah, they get on the shuttle and they go home, and we get a final scene of.
Lambert backpacking.
Oh, also we get Pam Green knocked the fuck out.
Who?
Pam Grier. Yeah, we get a final scene of Pam Grier getting knocked the fuck out because she has made it onto the shuttle.
Yeah.
And she's talking shit, and our lady character knocks her
because
out.
they're like,
I don't
the
remember
place
that
is
woman's
blowing
name,
up, and they're like,
sorry.
"What about Brannick? Is that his name? Braddock?"
Brannick.
And she's just like, "Oh, he's dead. Whatever. I saw him die. Blah blah blah. Let's just leave."
Brannick.
And then other lady punches her in the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe the IMDb trivia says that she got knocked out
I don't believe
from that punch. I don't believe it. I don't believe anything on IMDb trivia anymore.
I
Not anymore.
I don't either. I mean, well, I saw that, and also like what she threw at the angle she threw.
It looked like it hit her on the chin to me.
It could have, but I don't think there was any knockout power behind it because she's like leaning over something. and
Maybe
it's-
not. Sometimes maybe
Yeah.
Pam Grier's got a glass chin.
She might. Yeah.
Does Pam Grier have a glass chin? Tumblr.com. We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's over.
It's over.
It's not a great movie.
No, it's not.
No.
It is a two-bag movie. It is disappointing. That's the problem with the movie is that it's disappointing, especially after watching the first one last night. It just doesn't have the imagination the first one did, and why do a sequel if you're not going to do it bigger and better?
Yeah. Why do you fart out a Fortress 2 sequel?
Yeah, like everything in the first
waste.
one had some sort of dumb future tech visual aspect to it, like all of it, everything about it. The warden's office in this space prison is just some fucking room with windows.
It also has like an
It doesn't even
abnormally.
have windows. I think it's a screen.
It probably is, but it's just a room made to look like a room, and it's dumb.
He also has like an abnormally small desk for the room.
Yes.
Yeah, the room's really long. It's
Yeah.
it's like 10 yards long,
Yeah.
and the desk is like an IKEA student desk.
Yeah.
It's weird. How much work can you get done on that desk?
Need you to admin some shit, maybe, or do I have to? Because I'm logged in. Somebody's
Oh, Jesus
done.
Christ.
Shit.
That's what happens when you get published in the Wall Street Journal.
Put user in timeout.
Okay.
Hide user on this channel. There we go.
Good job. Good times.
The one time I'm not looking at that shit.
Yeah. I just glanced and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was weird.
But yeah, it's just it's drab. It's boring. It's not. There's when they do bust out some sort of future stuff, it's not like ooh. It's just like yeah, okay. It's just all around disappointment. I just my final conclusion on it is why did you even make it? Like, what was the point of this?
Yep.
So,
I can go if you want me to. So here, this is going to sound like the weirdest fucking comparison you could possibly make, but go with me for just a second. Of all, like, I gotta like, I cannot explain why this why this popped in my head and stuck with me for the whole movie. I got a serious G.I. Joe the first movie vibe. Now go with me on this. The dude is almost exactly like Marlon Wayans is in that movie, where it's just like. I'm the comic relief until you need me to like know shit, and then I do.
right.
I just mean like there's a lot of like the weird like industrial like this is way too large for where you say it is stuff like what's happening in this. I don't know why. Just somewhere along the way something happened, and I was like, G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra popped in my head, and it wouldn't fucking leave.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that's a good movie, but like that's an enjoyable dumb movie to me.
Sure.
And like because I mean Stephen Sommers, all his movies are pretty fucking stupid, but usually enjoyable.
Right.
Except for Van Helsing. This is just like, yeah, like this is just like everything was written by idiots. I'm sorry. It's just like, I mean, I don't know any,
Yes.
I don't know any better way to say it. I'm sorry.
You are correct.
I just can't think of a nicer way to say it. Like it was like people that just like saw Star Wars and thought they understood space. Like I don't know, read a book, like anything, like just understand like a little bit, little bit about how space works, just the tiniest amount. Like I'm not saying like you don't have to become like an expert. You have to go like full Stanislavski method or something like that, and like live in a fucking prison for 6 months or
method
something.
Would be dangerous,
but or space for 6 months, But but I mean, just read literally anything about it. I don't know, just it's dumb. It's not good.
No.
I guess I need a rating. 2 bags sounds good.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically 2 bags for the 2 dumbest scenes. I mean, all in all, this movie isn't offensive, like in how it's filmed per se. I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks okay.
There's some dumb,
Audio's weird.
dumb, like late '90s, early 2000s CG, which looks really bad, and especially in a low budget movie, looks even worse. But like, we have seen much worse looking movies and direct-to-video movies and things like that, where it's just like, holy shit, like. Did you film this with a Sony DV camcorder or something like that? It's like
yeah, it's just dull.
Yeah, it's
that's
just dull.
that's
It's
the
dull,
problem. Is
yeah.
like even when things are happening that should be exciting, it's dull. And there are just so many scenes of dialogue where you're just like, I don't know what you're even saying. So
yeah. I mean, to me, it's just like I just began to check out at the cockroach, followed up by the space jumping scene. Also the fact that like I know we're backing up again, but like when they do their first spacewalk, like we got to go fix stuff. It is not established. They all just like get there, like all right, let's go, and they just push off into open space. And it's
Open space.
like,
And they even say like, "Whoa, we don't have any
tethers.
oh, we don't have any tethers or lifelines or whatever." It's like, no, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
They're not going to lose tools
Right.
or replacement weirdo panels or
Expensive
explosive
ass
bolts
fucking
or
spacesuits?
spacesuits. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
This is a prison. They're going to get as much money out of you as possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's even a line where like he's like, "Do you have any idea what it costs for prisoners to stay around?" And Zed's like, "Maybe," and he's like, "That was a rhetorical Zed." But yeah, I mean, it's dumb. It's like you're like, first off, your brain is going, "No, absolutely not." Would you just get in a spacesuit and go out into space on your second day in the prison? And then it's just like for their first action to be like,
yeah,
space,
Right.
just like this
space
is what
eat
you do.
themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to be a trustee on your second day in prison.
Oh, I guess that'd be Star Eat. It's like Starfleet, but
Nice. Oh, what do I rate this? I'm gonna go look at my
Your previous
yeah.
Fortress one.
Thanks to Bill in the live stream chat.
I
We
was
got
gonna say.
we got our ratings. Harlow, 4 jocks. Mackie, 3 jocks. Me, 3 jocks, and Shiny Lights T-Straw, who joined us for that episode, 3 jocks. I probably liked or disliked this as much as I liked the original Fortress, so I'll go ahead and give it a 3 bags.
Good. Evens
I'm
out.
going to give it a comparative rating there.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Fortress series comes in at 0 jocks bags for me. Good job, Fortress.
It is now removed from your memory.
Correct. And Chuck, it was also asked in the live stream chat, like what you would give the original Fortress in jocks.
I'd give it 3 jocks.
3 jocks.
Yeah, close to 4. Maybe after talking through it with you guys, I might have given it 4, but my knee-jerk reaction to it was 3 jocks. It kind of ends badly. It doesn't really... It does some dumb shit at the end. But all the future prison stuff is really great in that. And another thing, too, that the first movie's doing a bunch of, like, psychological warfare against the prisoners. Like, they're able to monitor their dreams and shit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And, like, this movie just doesn't...
Through just an intestinator. And
Yeah.
these people, this one, they're connected to their brains,
Right.
and they don't do
and
anything
they don't do
with
any
that.
of that shit. They just watch them shower.
Yeah, they could have made him do the Macarena.
Yeah. No, it's just like, I'm using your eyes to watch that lady shower. Ha ha ha.
oh, you're thinking like like actually like
Yeah, like
puppeteer the
yeah,
people?
puppeteer
Okay.
them.
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
make-
yeah.
that's one thing I thought.
It's
So
like being
early in
John
the-
Malkovich in space.
Right. So early in the movie, when Stanley Fortress Tucci gets his implant fucked up, and it turns him into a vegetable, not a vegetable. It turns him into a goof. He's not affected by the punishment,
Right.
the punishment ray or whatever.
Well, because it didn't work. It malfunctioned and broke his brain.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I figured like the thing would still work, but I thought that was a Chekhov's ignored gun.
I mean,
Like I was pretty sure they were going to use that.
Right.
I
Like,
mean, this-
okay, we got to shock ourselves or
Yeah.
find some way to fuck up the implant,
I mean-
like Stanley Fortress Tucci.
the centers of your brain that control like thought and speech and those kind of things are completely different than like pain receptors. I mean, pain receptors are like not motor function. I mean, that's like
This movie doesn't give a
I
shit.
I know. Again,
mean,
I'm just,
you are right.
Yes, I mean it's like.
But this movie doesn't give a single fuck.
I mean, it's like technically, I think they said that you could hook a carrot up to the right electrodes and it will technically feel or register something that would register as pain. It just doesn't
Right.
have a way of like.
Well, like L. Ron
interpreting.
Hubbard said that tomatoes screamed.
Oh,
Yeah, he did some quote unquote experiments, and
I'm saying that the people.
I'm
have
saying
argued-
you can make this result say whatever you want.
Yeah, you can make something. It's just like a theory that doesn't have something to then interpolate it. But my point is that like a simpleton doesn't necessarily like not feel pain. Like like I mean,
No,
it
I just
depends on-
assumed that something in what went wrong with his stuff made the thing not work on him. So that would come up later, is what I assumed. Not that like because he's simple, he doesn't feel pain.
Yeah.
So I just thought that like that sort of thing would come up later, and we'd find a way to revolt against Zed, the AI.
You could like re-download his brain. They accidentally like.
Yeah, sure, something. I don't know.
He's just like.
I thought that they would find a way to revolt by using the fact that he wasn't able to feel, to be affected by the brain zapper, whatever they called it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Fortress 2. It's over.
The fortressing.
We'll
The
do Fortress 3 in like 10 years.
There's
I think we
one.
need to do it in 20 years from now.
Not one.
I can't wait till I'm
Not yet.
almost 60 and... No, wait.
I mean, that Guy Pearce movie could be Fortress 3.
Yeah, I can't wait till I'm almost 60 and doing
Yeah?
the BMFcast.
Okay.
Episode 8,000.
Yeah.
Speaking of having done this for a long time,
Right.
we have an email. Would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Cool.
I like emails.
Nice. Before I read that, I just Want to give a shout out to all the folks that have been with us for a long damn time. There are a lot of you out there that have been long ass time listeners, and like decade plus.
Yeah.
And that's incredible. That's amazing. I can barely tolerate myself for any period of time, and for you guys to tolerate all four of us for so long is incredible and cool. And we have some of the best listeners in the world.
It's true.
Not the best listeners in the world, just some of them. I'm kidding. You're the best. I like you guys. Anyway,
if you know other good listeners, send them our way.
yes, send good listeners our way. 2011. Goddamn, Patrick. That's a long time. So we have an email from Dustin, and Dustin says, "Hail, BMFcast.
Hail.
Hi, guys. I wanted to write this letter a long, long time ago, but never got around to it until now. I've been listening to your podcast for over a decade, and I wanted you all to know how much I love the show and appreciate what you do every week. I watch a lot of movies, but you guys have helped me discover such amazing films as Slaughter, I Come in Peace, Truck Turner, and The Hidden. For that, I'm very grateful. When I started listening to this, I was a broke guy in film school who loved bad movies. Now, 10 plus years later, I am a broke guy who has worked and acted on such films as Deadpool 2, The Predator, Welcome to Marwen, Snake Eyes, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and almost every CW show. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to hear any crazy stories about Chow Yun-Fat, Michael Jai White, or the two not-quite legal projects I worked on with the Chuck fave, Willie Ames. Yes, we do, by the way.
Yeah, all those stories.
We want all the stories. Give us
Send one a week.
Give us some dirt.
You're a Willie Ames fan?
I didn't know that, but I'll accept stories about Mr. Ames.
According to Dustin, I don't know. There's something behind that, I'm sure.
I probably mentioned him on Twitter once.
Possibly. It's like when your mom, like you mention you like something and your mom just buys you that for Christmas
Yeah.
every year until you die.
Yes.
Yeah, like my grandmother thought for some reason, still thinks I like, I mean, I don't dislike lifesavers, but like I've always gotten that book of lifesavers thing every
Yep.
year. Remember those? Like,
Oh, yeah. I love those.
Yeah.
You get a couple regular ones and then some wintergreens and some
Butterscotch,
butterscotch.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Butter
little pack.
rum.
Classic. Oh, butter rum.
Yeah, sorry.
Classic holiday pack.
Right, yeah. I'm just saying. Like,
I wish my mom was still around to buy me those. That'd be awesome. Because mine used to buy me those as well. But Pez was my mom's thing with me.
Same with me.
I remarked
Every
about
year.
Pez once.
Pez
and-
dispensers out the ass.
Yeah. Sometimes she'd get them like relating to whatever was going on in my life. That was really thoughtful, and I took it for granted. I'm sorry, Mom. Anyway, back to the email. Through all of this, you guys have been a part of my life, and I look forward to listening to 500 more episodes. Hopefully we live that long. To wrap up, I wanted to recommend a movie for the show, 1995's Gladiator Cop. Lorenzo Lamas stars as Andrew, a 90s cop who also happens to be a gladiator. He must use his sword-fighting ability to battle James Hong and others believed to be his reincarnated enemies. It was a lot of fun and a fine addition to the Cop series of films. Once again, keep up the good work. I'll try to write again within the next decade. Crash and Burn, Dustin from Canada. P.S. I don't know if I'm supposed to read that, but
there is a postscript.
there is a postscript. You imagine on your own what Dustin said in his postscript.
Good times.
I don't know if you want to email us back if you wanted us to give that out, Dustin, the thing you mentioned in the postscript. Yeah, Gladiator Cop.
Yeah.
We need another cop month. Don't
Well,
we?
the problem with Gladiator Cop is that it's The Swordsman 2, so we have to watch The Swordsman before we watch The Swordsman 2 Gladiator Cop.
Fair enough.
So we will get there.
We'll
Trust
watch
me.
The Swordsman 2 next, or The Swordsman, and then 12 years later
Yes.
we'll watch The Swordsman 2.
That's how it works here.
So when you say gladiator, I mean, we talking like Roman?
No. He's
No?
he's a fighter. He fights.
Oh,
He
okay.
gladiates.
He gladiates,
Okay.
yeah.
He arrests gladiators. He goes around. It's like the
Wait,
cyborg
does he really
cop
arrest
debate.
gladiators?
Well,
Is he a cyborg? Is he a cop? Is he a cop for cyborgs?
I didn't know if it was like, when he's not a cop during the day, he time travels back to ancient Rome and fights in the Colosseum.
Or he fights in some Neo-Colosseum in
Well,
the
sure. I
future,
mean, if
yeah.
you're telling me it's like a blood sport, like, okay, all right. Yeah, that modern gladiator. Okay, just
That's more what
yeah,
it sounds like.
yeah,
He
fight,
just
fight
likes
club style
swords.
fisticuffs. Okay.
But knowing it's called The Swordsman, And the swordsman too. I feel like he might just like swords. He's a mall ninja.
It's got some fantasy time travel bullshit to it.
Does it really? Oh, I
man,
can't wait.
Okay, all right. Yeah, now I'm in.
One
I'll
star,
just-
we're in.
I'll just say
baby.
the first 4 words of the plot description: Alexander the Great's sword.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in.
Man, when I looked out upon the world, I wept. I forgot the quote. I forgot.
okay.
It's not even the real quote. It's really just made up for Die Hard. It's similar to the Osmandius quote, but it's not a real quote.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's the end of the podcast.
It is. Thank you all for joining us. And again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to all the listeners, a long time and short time, but especially those who have suffered through the 12 years that we've been doing this with us. But if you want to check out anything that we're doing, go to bmfcast.com. You can find all of the things that we do, or you can Twitter. It's at bmfcast. Also, we have a Patreon. We have been mentioned in the Wall Street Journal, but until that money train rolls into the station, we still need a couple bucks every now and again to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
So patreon.com/bmfcast. That'll help us pay for our hosting fees and microphone stands, because ours are always breaking because we're too strong.
Yeah.
And some new cameras for the live stream.
Our voices are powerful.
Yes. And also, when you join the Patreon, you get a whole bunch of cool shit. We have Doctor Who U, which is obviously a Doctor Who podcast. BMFcast Extra, which is obviously a gum-themed podcast. And I have a new project that I'm doing, if you haven't heard, with my friend and friend of the BMFcast, Jens, called We Have All the Time in the World, and it is a James Bond retrospective podcast. And we are 3 episodes in now. 5? 5 episodes in.
No.
4.
Thunderball went up today.
Thunderball is the 4th James
That's right.
Bond movie. Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball.
I can't count. I did the thing last night, and
It's accurate.
Mhm.
Just believe us.
4 episodes.
4.
Okay.
Not 3. 4.
We are 4 episodes in. We just released the Thunderball episode, and it's a whole lot of fun. You should check it out.
See,
It'll cost-
that's a reason to be a fan of the BAMFcast. If you listen long enough and you're cool, maybe you can just do a podcast.
yeah, I mean,
We'll just let you do one. Just
it'll take several years of knowing us and
Sure,
meeting
yeah.
us for various conventions and all that. But
we're approachable,
we are. You can
Yeah.
approach us,
Yeah.
just not too quickly,
and not when we're wearing headphones. God damn it!
right. Yeah. But yeah, check us out, patreon.com/BAMFcast, and check us out on BAMFcast.com. Also, if you want to send an email like Dustin did today, bmf@bmfcast.com is our email address. And also, if you want to get a quote for any article you write in a major publication, you can reach us there. Or give us a call on the Garfield phone, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. And that's all I got. Yes, I'm going to milk the Wall Street Journal thing as long as I can and
Don't
as
have a
much as I
problem
can.
with it. It's awesome.
If you need a
You
quote,
keep giving me face, Chuck.
my word is poontang. What?
Fair enough.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And for Mackie, this is BAMFcast out. We'll see y'all next week.
We're in the Wall Street Journal.
Womp womp.
No bull.
All the news that's fit to print is not their slogan, but I also almost wrote something about the Gray Lady because I thought that my brain was just deconstructing all day yesterday because I was so excited about the news.
The Gray Lady.
Yeah, that's the New York Times. Let's see. I saw my name mentioned in the chat a couple times.
I need to see what that's about.
Yeah, hell yeah. I
Who's
do.
talking about me in the chat, and what
That's
are you
the most
saying?
important thing.
Something relevant being said.
Patrick says Patrick started listening in 2011. He's a decader. That was when his love for me started and never faded. That's the correct answer. Bob Connolly said he's been listening since Deathstalker.
Me too.
It's awesome.
I was laughing because I just made myself a vape dispenser.
Jesus Christ. Fucking millennials. Kyle says he fell in love with me when I referred to the Dr. Torturer that was wearing high heels in Punisher 1989 as Dr. Heelgood, and that's an amazing joke, but I don't remember it at all.
It's okay.
I don't remember a lot of things.
I'm sure I don't know. Sometimes people laugh at things I didn't even realize were funny. Or, I'm like dying at a
Like
joke.
face?
Huh? Yeah, my face, yes. I wasn't aware it was funny. It's disturbing. But no, and then sometimes I'm just dying at a joke and everyone's like, oh, all right. Yeah.
Takes all kinds.
Like I said, my gold man sex is my personal favorite.
Will say that since you brought up the Punisher and that was all about Duff balls.
Yeah, I was really proud of that joke.
Which,
I won't forget that one.
I will say that in Fortress 1, you get some lamb balls during a sex scene.
I must miss the lamb
I'm going to
balls.
have myself a good gray stroke with that. Yeah! Woo!
Any of y'all out there want to finish this champagne off?
No.
I was talking to them, not you.
Oh.
I can't drink anymore or I won't be able to drive home. I tried. I put a dent in this bottle, but it's not a can, Chuck. It's not a can of beans.
You're not a can of beans.
Correct. Hey, how did that come back?
What came back?
What came back?
What was it? What came back?
The weird spam thing.
What?
I said hide this user.
Hide the user. Oh,
It still shows it as deleted to me, but... Oh,
I just deleted them. Yeah.
oh my god. Yeah. End this live stream so we stop getting spammed on.
Okay,
But
fine.
you know also what
Jeez.
that means? We've made it.
We
didn't
have,
get
yeah.
spammed on until we were published in the New York or the Wall Street Journal. I'm an idiot.
My brain has gone to the New York
I've
Times
s-
several
yes.
times today.
I'm not
Hey, because we want real respect. I mean, no offense to the Wall Street Journal. It's just,
The Wall Street Journal is such an odd choice.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like, like Scientific American mentioned us. It's like,
Man, I'd be fucking
why?
stoked.
Scientific American would be cool too.
Well, yeah, it's just
But
like,
it's so weird. You look at this front page and it's like, well,
How are we on it?
it's Veterans Day and inflation, and here's the hottest IPO since 2014, and oh, by the way, the Bad Movie Fiends podcast.
It's
What the fuck?
fucking bizarre.
When I picked this up, I picked it up in the store. I'm like, we're probably not in here. They don't even have a lifestyle section. Let me look at the index, and I was like, why is it on the front page? It's crazy. Look at it.
It's the weird, it's not the weirdest thing to ever happen to me, but it's pretty close.
It's odd.
Like-
I mean, just
I don't even mind the fact that we are barely mentioned in like a 400-word article about another podcast and two of the people on that podcast and what they're up to.
Sure, but we
Like-
are part of
We're-
the beginning of the article.
Like a thing that we came up with 12 years ago and for some reason are still doing out of spite is on the Wall Street Journal front page, a real newspaper. I don't think I've ever been in the real newspaper, and I work for a real newspaper.
maybe you'll get mine.
Oh yeah, I've seen yours. Yeah, you don't want to show anybody that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Can I say it? Have you said that on the
What?
podcast before? What you did to get on the newspaper? You didn't.
I thought I said.
I don't
I
want to.
thought I actually brought it up recently. Because
You did.
yeah, I did.
We were
No.
talking about it 'cause I was
Oh yeah, it was the pre-show because we were talking about the not TCBY and Haagen-Dazs, and there was that cream frige or whatever that shit you had.
Frusen Glaser.
Frusen Glaschen, yeah. Frisian Glass. And I was like, I've never heard of that in my life. And then we literally backed up and looked at when it was popular, and that was the year about the time I didn't watch TV for a year.
Harlow got in the newspaper for not watching TV for a year. It's pretty good. What did you get for that again? What was your reward?
$500.
$500.
Well,
That's
as
more than
a-
$1 a day.
Well, as a kid, it was real cool.
In 1980s money, that's
Yeah,
like
it was
$45
awesome.
million.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was, 10? I mean,
Oh,
10
$500 when you're 10
Yeah.
is huge. You can buy your own TV.
10 or 11, somewhere around there.
And what year is that? That was mid 80s.
87,
right.
88, somewhere
Yeah.
around there, yeah.
So you could buy a Super Nintendo if you didn't already have one and a TV.
Well, see, now I'm questioning. It wasn't it wasn't Super Nintendo time because I bought Sega Master System games. I bought 2 Master System games.
With that money?
Not
Oh, I was
Only
going to say,
that- not
why,
only
why
that.
did you pay $250?
no, I
yeah.
bought the first Phantasy Star and
Nice.
it's like Miracle Warriors or some other like big JRPG thing. Yeah, back then it was like you pick up the box and it was like average playtime 80 hours, like good value. Like
Right.
they had like time it took to finish, and it was like that's why I got like the 2 games that would take me the most amount of time.
Yeah. Patrick, you pay yourself in A, time, and B, not paying for cable or whatever. That's how you get money as an adult for not watching TV.
Yeah, this was a bet my mom made with me.
Yeah.
Because I watched too much television.
Yeah. Old Mike TV over here. Harlow TV. Harlow.tv.
I don't think I watched that much television, but I guess it was just her perception. So.
Old people, Even though she wasn't old people back then.
All right.
Yeah, let's get out of here, shall we? I'm Harlow. I'm Mackie. I'm BJ.
Chuckles.
And I'm Chuck. And this is a podcast. Goodbye.
Yes, officially.
Wall Street Journal.
The business people said it's a podcast.
We're famous.
It's true. We've been designated by the business people.
It's true. Nobody can say we're not a podcast now.
No.
So
I guess we have to launch an IPO now.
we are on the page with an IPO.
Can
so
we have an IPA too?
Yes.
I don't
Sure.
like IPAs, but I want to have one.
You can have one. You
Yeah.
can have some champagne.
I mainly just want to come up with like a funny
A punny name.
Yeah.
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 I'm already thinking about it. Something's got to come out of the hopper.
Well, that's
You can just call it the Hopper.
The
I
hopper,
know.
'cause
That's why
get the hops.
I did that. And when it's IPA, you got to make a hop joke. I mean, that's pretty much all.
Hop along Harlow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopsecutioner's already
it's
taken.
be like a group think, a BMFcast flavored IPA.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make BMFcast flavored soaps for a while.
Sodas?
Soaps.
Oh, soaps.
Yeah. I wanted to make some soaps.
What would that smell like?
Stars.
Give me a second.
Well, I was like, I mean, I feel like
but-
one of the flavors would have to be Baja Blast. Like it'd have to be like Baja Blast mixed with, I don't know what.
It's got to smell vaguely of like gasoline for big explosions.
Oh, it tastes like Baja Blast and napalm.
Oh, you mean like this champagne?
Oh, you're talking about Corvell, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Corvell? Is that what it is? Corvell?
Corbel.
Corbel.
I think you're thinking of Carvel, the ice
Carvel,
cream
yeah.
cake.
Carvel. Fudgy the Whale. No, is that Carvel?
Yes.
That's Fudgy the Whale?
So cheese, right?
I mean, in the thing.
For BAMFcast.
we can.
You want the soap to smell like cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna
like cheesy
bathe in
movies.
cheese?
La la la.
Oh. La La Land?
No. Cheese, gunpowder, gasoline.
Burning tires.
Burning tires. Yeah, I think it's going to end up smelling like that anyway. But
Probably like baby oil.
baby oil.
I feel like
sweat.
between all the baby oiled up dudes and baby oiled up titties we've seen, and
Yeah.
baby oil has to be in there somewhere.
Toilet water.
Yeah.
toilet wine.
Wine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just it. We need to make.
Oh, we should just make one that's
Yeah.
called Pruno. Yeah.
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 Or just toilet wine.
I think we should just make a toilet wine and sell it. Like.
Oh yeah, we
on
can
the
do that
shelf,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll actually come in like a bottle that looks like a toilet. So like you pour it out of the bowl.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Or just shaped like a toilet paper roll.
Maybe it could be a dispensary. Like you hit the plunger and it just squirts out.
Oh, I like this. We got to do some design packaging engineering. Chuck hates.
Hates us. Yeah.
Everything.
He wants us. He wants me to turn this off so he can leave now.
You can leave. I don't know.
He has. He needs the card.
card.
Oh,
Turn this
God.
off now.
Okay.
Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye, Wall Street Journal.